And now, Your Highness, we will discuss the location of your hidden rebel base.
You may fire when ready.
If you only knew the power of the dark side, they would be honored if you would join.
Don't worry, Ernie. We're going.
Wrap it up, fuzzball.
I feel the force.
Force will be with you always.
Welcome to this episode of Blah Wars, special episode where we're going to be providing an audio commentary for Star Wars: A New Hope.
New Hope.
Yeah.
Your favourite.
So we're going to be listening to we're going to be watching the film, and if you want to, you can sync up your copy with us. And we're watching the Blu-ray copy of A New Hope. So you basically just set the time bar to 0, like we've done, and you press and play when we say.
Yeah.
You ready to go?
Do it.
Do it. Okay, cool. So, ready? Press play now.
Here we go.
Squeaky chair today.
20th Century Fox fanfare.
Yeah,
It is weird.
I prefer the old one that was all noisy.
Yeah. I mean, it is weird without that in these new films.
It is. Felt very empty, didn't it?
It did feel empty.
At least they don't have a Disney logo there. I wouldn't really mind
The
if they did, to be
if the
honest.
Lucasfilm logo wasn't there, I'd have had the right hump.
Yeah.
But it was. Thank
Kept
God.
that.
Saving grace, if anything. Here we go then. Star Wars. I think they've copied our bloody Blah Wars logo there,
Haven't
haven't they? Bastards. Scrolling text. Episode
Space.
4. Episode 4,
Yeah.
A New Hope.
Now, obviously, originally this was called...
Star Wars.
I think we talked about that in the
We
first
did.
ever episode.
So what
though.
happened then? You'd had the logo and that was it, and then it
That's
starts.
right.
It's
It
a
is a
period.
period of Civil
so you
War.
didn't have episode and a
No,
New
no.
Hope. It was just Star Wars.
You can actually get hold of the original version on the internet if you want to. It's called the Despecialized Edition. And they've basically done a really good job. They've taken all the scenes they could from the Blu-ray and they've recreated as best as they can in HD all the original special effects from the first version. So these fans have worked so hard on it. Really worth getting. I know.
I think you mentioned that to me before, actually.
Yeah, you can
banging
get,
on about
you can
it
get
for
the
ages.
Despecialized version of Empire and also Jedi. So if you're like me and you don't really appreciate the special edition changes and you're frustrated that you can't get hold of the films as you grew up with them, then those are for you, really.
Well, mate, just reading that scrolly text there, I've said this to you a million times before now. I just keep thinking about Rogue One.
It's hard not to, isn't it?
Really,
With the context of
really
Rogue One.
bloody hard not to. But it sets the scene up so well for me.
Yeah.
And my heart and mind really is with the characters from Rogue One,
Yeah.
Krennic and
Everything they went
Jyn
through
and
to
all
get
of
the
that.
plans safely.
And I'm still panicking at this point. There's a new sense of drama and dread and all that sort of things happening now because I know the value of those plans.
Yeah.
The plans are on the Tantive 4 and Vader's chasing that shit. How the hell did he find them so quick?
I
the
don't
way?
know. That's interesting.
Because he watches them fly away.
Well, we don't know what the time scale is, do we? So this could be like an hour later or a couple of days later.
I guess they
or-
saw the trajectory of where they shot in hyper. I don't know how hyperspace works.
Yeah, maybe. Why aren't they still in hyperspace?
Good point.
Maybe they got a good shot of the ship and it destroyed it.
Rubbish smoke effect.
Yeah. R2 and C-3PO, and there's that other one that's not C-3PO that I can't remember its name.
TC-14 from Phantom Menace. He's
is
just
it?
survived this far. I am TC-14 at your service. He managed to sneak off with Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, and he's got his own story.
I love the set here. It's so convincing.
Lived in.
Yeah.
We've said that before.
This one doesn't look too bad, to be honest. I mean, it looks really shiny and posh.
Was that the first line?
I like
We're
that
doing?
line. There'd be no escape. No, it's they've shut. Do you hear that? They've shut down the main reactors. Is the first line.
All right, yeah.
There'd be no escape for the princess this time.
So what's happened before?
She just got away, didn't she? In the last. In
Oh,
Rogue
of course,
One.
yeah.
So
Oh, man.
it's almost as if they did watch this over and over and over again, and then they wrote the ending of Rogue One to completely join it.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if they all came in a different
Well,
door.
they were at the
wouldn't it?
battle.
They all coming from behind them.
Surprise! Well, that's the thing.
Would've loved to be
Vader's
an
just
extra in this.
watched. He's watched this ship, Tantive 4, hyperspace away from the Battle of Scarif
Yeah.
and blatantly lying to his face. You're talking shit.
Yeah. No wonder
were
the guy's
there.
annoyed.
He's breaking necks.
Yeah. Strangling people.
Walking around pissed off, to be honest.
He's probably a bit knackered after what happened in Rogue One.
Yeah,
So
he's-
just, you go first this time, lads.
Yeah, I'm worn out.
It would have been cool for Vader to start the film though by coming in and slashing everyone up. That'd be awesome.
Unfortunately, he
Wouldn't
didn't
it?
have the technology
No.
at the time.
Imagine that. Levitating people and throwing them around and stuff.
Why are
Just- what an
Stormtroopers
intro.
so shite at hitting things?
I don't know. It must be the masks. Like
Yeah,
where
it
they all
is.
stand to attention.
It's a good entrance, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the camera's low down as well, so you get that really heightened sense of how big and tall he is.
Has a look around.
Scratched up, masked.
Yeah.
It's all matte.
You obviously know he's the big villain, that intro.
There's the floppy disk.
Now, do you think that was Carrie Fisher's hand, or do you think that was done in post? That was extra's hand.
What do you know? Is that fact or is that
I don't know. It's just I don't know. I honestly
Probably
have
is.
no idea.
Carrie Fisher's hand?
It's done very seamlessly.
It's just an iconic shot, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like how R2's just slightly drifting off to the left.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
clearly
I
going to
noticed that
bump
too,
into
yeah.
something.
So he was remote controlled, wasn't he? Some of him, and then like to turn the head and everything was done by I think Kenny Baker. There's loads of little cool droids.
I like
in
their
this.
little cameo in Rogue One as well. I was not expecting that.
There's
It was just-
Imperial droids, aren't they, at the front as well? They're
Are they?
leading the prisoners. Yeah. What have you done?
just massive.
In the background, you've got guys being held up and searched. Pretty cool. Lots of detail in this scene.
Yeah.
And stuff you never saw in the original version I watched because I had the video and it was 4:3. But in widescreen, it's true. You really do see more, don't
Yeah, you do.
you? Get a load more detail in there.
It's funny doing these podcasts. You start to look at details in the background that you don't necessarily
Notice. Yeah.
notice when you're just watching it casually, like that piece of grease behind Leia there, or the background doors there. Those
yeah.
big brown sort of escape pods. You see it all the time. It's until you start to.
She'll be alright.
The thing is, their mate's just been shot, dead by her. And you think to yourself, what's the backstory there? Mate's just been shot.
Yeah, if that was in The Force Awakens,
Yeah.
one of them would be kind of on the floor.
Yeah, crying.
Crying, little blood going down.
There's
his
no.
head.
It's just a cold-hearted, bloody. What a bunch of bastards.
Well, it happens in Rogue One, doesn't it? Troops down.
Yeah,
We got trouble. Whatever.
but here they're just
I'm
like,
going to
forget it.
request this. I really like the way this shot here. Beautiful. The escape pod disappearing. Hold your fire.
Hold your fire.
If only they'd shot, we wouldn't be in the mess.
So they wouldn't later be in the
Directed by
mess.
George Lucas.
Yeah.
Right there. Beep, beep. End credits.
Oh, sorry.
There's Tatooine. There's a cut scene, isn't there, where Luke's sort of with his mates.
Yeah, before she goes to Vader, between being stunned and this bit here, you see Luke watching from the ground, and he goes and tells Biggs, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And that doesn't really make any sense if that scene is reinserted either, because
No.
you know, this film takes place over a small period of time, really.
Yeah.
So in that time, Biggs left,
Yeah.
defected, and went to join the rebellion and was fighting at the end. So it wouldn't make any sense, really, would it? And this is where Carrie Fisher's, obviously, her first lines, she's talking with her American natural accent, and later on she does switch into English.
Is that because she's talking with Tarkin?
Yeah, I think so. I think they recorded this scene. Obviously wasn't the first thing they filmed. They obviously did all the location stuff first, Tunisia and whatever, but Carrie Fisher wasn't involved in that.
No, of course. How many times have you seen this now, John?
I don't know, mate.
You said thousands.
I
before.
reckon it's over 1,000. Must be the first one.
You're not bored of it yet?
No, I
You'll
mean I've
never
been
be
watching
bored.
it since I was 8 or 9 or something years old, and I'm now 31, and I must have seen it so many times per year.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I was watching them pretty much
Constantly.
every weekend. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's not thousands if you think about it. I don't know. You become, I grew up and I fell out of love with Star Wars when during the prequels.
Yeah.
I just, sort of associated it with that. But I still would watch occasionally the old ones.
That reignited my love for Star Wars.
Yeah,
it's
it was
funny
the
how you
opposite
take
for
it,
me.
yeah.
That I found it embarrassing to sort of
Be
be a Star Wars
associated.
fan, and now I'm going out proudly with my. Now we got it back again, and it feels, it feels like the actual people making the movies, Disney, are trying to focus more on the original three nowadays. They don't really go in for the prequel stuff. I know that there's characters in Rebels and things like that, but what they've done with Rebels doesn't rely too heavily on the.
No, but there were scenes in
on
Rogue
the-
One where there was a shot back of Coruscant.
Yeah.
It was it's very slight, but it was a really nice nod towards the prequel era.
Yeah.
So 3PO and R2 are currently walking across the
Dune Sea, or
Sea
whatever it's
here,
called.
and they're going to split up. But R2 looks very blue there, and 3PO looks very
They've changed
gold.
the colours here, yeah, because this used to be all grey and the sky
Yeah.
was overcast,
Yeah.
and they have really whopped the colours up in these Blu-rays
Mm.
for some scenes, anyway.
I mean, Anthony Daniels must have been absolutely baking in that suit.
Yeah,
It's
indeed.
essentially a human-sized oven.
Yeah. I feel sorry for the guy. Not anymore. He's very wealthy.
Yeah,
He literally will do anything, won't he? I mean, pretty much he's the only character that's in every Star Wars film.
I mean, it's his life, right?
Yeah.
It's his life.
What
I
was
read
he
some-
before Star Wars? Was he a dancer?
No, he was just. I think it was a Shakespearean stage actor.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's got that sort of. He's got that very English, typical English
Yeah.
actor presence about him, hasn't he?
And they based the character on like a butler. I mean, it was originally going to be this sassy kind of used car salesman, very kind of cocky.
And the trait dragon, the crate dragon there in the background.
Yeah.
There's the little fact that I read the other day was when they went back to do Attack of the Clones. That was still there
Beautiful.
and buried in sand, obviously.
Yeah.
And there's a sand crawler in the distance, flashing. It looks like the Jaws are taking photos of him from a distance. Polaroids.
changed the
just-
sky
there's
here.
one. Well, the sky's better, I reckon.
It looks better, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't like the rock that comes up later on when Luke's hiding from the sand R2's hiding from the sand people.
I imagine this bit to be it's sort of similar landscape to where Jabba's palace is in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Sort of quite rocky and hilly. It's a good scene, this,
innit?
because you kind of, watching it for the first time, you probably, what are these little weird things?
Yeah.
And it's one, I can't wait to show this.
It's very brave. Just your two lead characters here are robots.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
come across really human because they've got that funny kind of bickering sense of humour. One of them, you can't even understand what it says, but you get the impression of what he's saying because of how C-3PO responds.
Well, and also the sort of the pitch of his voice and the tone.
He sounds worried when he does.
Yeah.
This bit's cute.
Yeah, it's good.
He does that when Luke's levitating.
Oh, yeah, of course.
The
yeah.
X-wing does the same sound.
Was it Ben Burt that did all the sound effects for this sort of stuff? And
Everything was
I mean,
made from scratch. Really, it was such impressive.
it's the fabric, I think, that holds it all together.
Yeah.
Really, the sound
Binds the galaxy.
binds the
together.
galaxy together. I can't wait to show this to my son one day.
Yeah,
I think I'll start
I've got
with
a
Star
niece, and I
Wars.
bought her a lovely Star Wars book, which
yeah.
is like a story book.
She like that, or
My brother
Did she
reads
ask
it to
for
her. Well, she's seen my helmet. And she knows my Darth
she?
Vader helmet.
she?
Whoa!
Fucking hell, John.
Let's not go there.
Dirty
She's seen my
bastard.
Darth Vader helmet, and I put it on. Went on. You've lost it.
I'm about to spit tea everywhere. She's seen my helmet. Go on.
She's seen my Darth Vader mask, and Sam said, "Who's that?" And she said, "Darth Vader." And she's only 28 years old, so I'm really, really
I'm
impressed.
sure it wasn't a gimp mask.
Yeah. This Sandcrawler set was actually built. I mean, it wasn't the whole thing. They built like the bottom half of it, and they put that in the desert, and it's a really impressive, huge piece, isn't it?
I think I said to you before, mate. I think the Libyan government, whoever it was, the government in Tunisia at the time, thought it was some sort of American military operation.
Yeah.
I'm going to shut the damn thing down.
I love all the droids in here. There's so many interesting things to look at.
Bit of shit on his head, tinsel.
Tinsel. Leftover Christmas decorations as a gonk
Bullying.
droid.
There's a lot of bullying going on in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a shithole. They're not taking pride in their bloody work.
No, it's like an old garage. It reminds me actually of Jabba's palace in the third film,
Yeah.
being Jedi, third in order.
But that's what I love about Tatooine. There's this like Tatooine look and feel to the whole place. It doesn't matter where you are, Mos Espa, Mos Eisley,
See the droid
Jabba's palace. It
with-
all is the same.
The telegraphic head,
Yeah.
the two cameras for eyes. So that droid is seen with Luke when he's looking at the Star battle, and then he says, "Come on!" He jumps in his land speeder, and the droid's motor fails, and it can't drive.
Oh,
and he
it
just
can't-
goes and leaves it there in the middle of the desert. So presumably they picked
They
it up.
picked it up.
So that's a nice little. That's a nice
That's
little reference to that. They're going around scavenging, finding all these droids. Oh, I love it when he's so happy to see his old mate. Da, da, da. There was a really cool remote control sandcrawler you could buy back in the 70s for the
You
figures.
could open it up.
Very loud. I never had it. No, rare as hell.
So new scene here. So this is a special edition. You got was it Dewbacks and new.
Well, it's an old
Stormtroopers.
scene, but they've added loads of stuff to it, and that's why those characters walking towards the camera look like they weren't supposed to be there.
Right.
Kind of-
You hate these scenes, don't you?
I just don't like it. The old Dewbacks were fine. They were models, but they were fine. I don't know why they have to keep on.
Arsing around with it.
Yeah.
You see the escape pod there. It's got a blue
Lid.
lid. Now is that a reflection or is that? It's always bothered
you
me.
can see it in the background when they land.
It bothered the hell out of me.
This is a new shot, a new model shot.
I like that shot.
It's like Thunderbirds.
It is a little bit. Don't ruin it. You've
How
just
do I
ruined
like
Star Wars for me.
Thunderbirds? I'm not. I've
you've
got
got a little
every
box set.
single episode up there. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I can't bridge the gap between puppet and reality in that.
What in Star Wars?
No,
yeah,
in
sorry, in
Thunderbirds.
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes you just get it's so exciting. Were they going to melt us down? I don't know. What's worse, being melted down or sent to the Spice Mountain Castle and smashed into who knows?
I'd
what?
rather be sent there because there's an element I could escape.
Yeah.
If I was a droid, I would have just jumped out of a window in space because at least you can survive out there.
They never explored Kessel, did they? In the prequels, it's never been. Never been
No,
seen.
I hope they explore it in the new one.
Maybe the Han Solo standalone film.
Maybe that's
Kessel
where that
Run.
DJ fella,
Yeah.
Del Toro,
maybe.
is.
I hope they do. We do see more of more new stuff rather than revisiting old stuff.
Yeah.
I think with the Last Jedi, we will get
Yeah.
a film full of brand new locations
Yeah.
that we've never seen before. Apart from obviously the one that
I hate that droid. It sort of edges along. Now that droid there.
What, the miner droid?
Yeah, it's like what? Is that what it is?
It's for laying mines, landmines.
for
I don't know why they would
Sand
want it
people.
there.
Sand people.
That's a good theory, but it is for laying mines. That's according to my Decipher Star Wars cards from the 90s.
you love that.
I do.
Right, John's got a
Customizable
million.
card game. It's really good.
Well,
Check
you
it
got
out.
a
Google
million
it.
of them.
Yeah.
Million.
Yeah.
I've
They don't
never
make
seen
it
so many.
anymore. There's a card for literally every single thing. Those things. Those boxes laying around in the stand.
You
there's
bought a
cards
card for
those.
200 quid, wasn't it? The shiny Vader, or was it Emperor?
No, not that much. The Emperor was about 130 or something like that.
Bloody hell, mate.
So here's Luke. We didn't even.
3PO
really
was not
notice.
standing for attention there. So they go for, was it R5? Is it R5, the red one?
Yeah. R5D4, I think his name is. We've got a little figure of him in that cabinet,
Yeah.
just near behind Zuckus.
Just about to pop his
Forlom
load.
or whatever his name is. Yeah. I like this bit of me. Shutting up, sir.
Obedient little thing, isn't it?
The Jawas are really well done because you can't really see what's inside the hood. I don't even know myself what they look like without the hood on.
It's sort of like, almost like,
I always wanted to know what the sand
Droid
people look
and-
like without their masks on as well. Are they human under there? Are they kind of weird, like lizardy aliens?
that's a good point.
Are they? Yeah.
There's
why-
got to be a comic out there that explores that.
Yeah, surely.
Some sort of John Merrick Elephant Man.
I am not a sand person, I'm a Tuscan Raider!
Don't be racist. Here we go.
C3PO looks quite sad.
Well, I like.
Right,
Well, he's
this-
not protesting.
I think that's intentional.
No, it's not.
I think he does that on purpose
No, he doesn't.
to keep them together.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
It's not. There's no empathy with that droid, mate. Absolutely not.
I think he does. Like droid's he's only a robot. He'll get repaired.
Like I said to you before, he's been so excited to get off of that fucking piece of shit sandcrawler. He's going, oh, I'm free. Popped his load. They went, oh, get back on there. He'd be stuck there for I wonder what happens to him. And he probably blows up with the stormtroopers.
Oh yeah, they destroy the place later, don't they? It's a good thing they didn't go with the name Starkiller after all. But they
Why
could
should
go and
stick
use
his
it.
neck out for you? I don't know why. Did C-3PO do something to him? R5. Did he take him out?
Sort of like it feels so good.
T-16.
Yeah, big one in the background. Don't know if people noticed that before, but you got another speeder there,
Oh yeah.
just in that little door.
Well, that was there in Attack of the Clones as well.
Yeah, this is like the Lars family garage. I suppose. Get the impression Luke spends all his free time down here, doesn't he? Modifying stuff.
Yeah.
A bit like Ray in that respect.
Modifying
really
stuff.
good hands-on, customising stuff.
What you say? That's suggesting that Rey might be a Skywalker.
No, I'm just saying they've heavily based Ray's character on Luke. That's what they've done.
Yeah, fair enough. Just Luke.
R2D2. Hello.
What's he doing?
Stay
He's
still.
scratching. He's trying to get the. What's he trying to do there?
He says you've got a lot of carbon scoring. I don't know what that means. Maybe that's like from when you discharge a gun. I don't know.
He's so young. How old is he? He's 19 in the film officially.
The character is. I don't know
canon.
how old Mark Hamill was when he made it. I guess I could dig out the notes, but
The facts.
the facts. I do have in front of me the making of Star Wars, which is a iPad version of the book. It's
Well,
a really
we-
cool book, by the way.
Well, when you bought this, every day you'd come into work and
massive facts and
just
original scripts.
throw something up to me.
Yeah.
And go,
If you really like
God."
this film, buy the Making of Star Wars book. You can get it from iTunes as well for like $9.99 or something like that. It's amazing. It's got videos in it. It's got all the original scripts in it. You can see how the story progressed. It's got concept artwork. Really cool. Back to the movie. Maybe we'll do a special episode about this book and the others.
So here we are then. So R2 has projected the Lupin hologram,
Yeah.
and Luke's like, "Who's she? She's beautiful. She's beautiful." But R2's not playing nice, is he, John? Not playing nice. He wants to go and
He's got ulterior motives.
he's got to go and find his Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
I wonder if he means
But how did
old
he know?
Ben.
Were they heading to Tatooine then? Was that where the Rebel Blockade Runner was going?
Well, yeah, because in Rogue One, again, bringing it up again.
Yeah. I will trust her with my life.
Yeah, 3 days later, Death Star project. He says, I'm going to contact an old friend, so Leia's dad. Bloody hell, what's his name?
Leia's dad, Bail Organa.
Bail Organa. Adopted father. Says to Mon Martha, I'll contact my old Jedi friend.
Yeah.
So there's obviously a mission in place already. So yeah, they were they were heading to Tatooine.
They got a bit sidetracked.
Yeah. But what a task! What a task to give a couple of bloody droids. I mean, and Leia must know that R2's the big deal.
Yeah, because it was R2 heading to the escape pod, wasn't it? He wasn't doing it with C-3PO. He was just, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
You sort yourself out.
He knows everything because his memory wasn't erased. He remembers everything from the prequels.
Does he?
Of course he does. He was one of Amadeus's Padmes.
Annoys me. I love this bit now where he says, don't think he likes you at all. I don't like you either.
They were good in this film. I just find I'll be honest, I found 3PO really annoying in all the other films. I really just
Oh, in Empire
aggravated.
Strikes Back, he's amazing. It's so funny.
That's because he's blown up in half of it.
They're drinking the Nor.
Persil. I'm drinking
What are we drinking here? Today's podcast is sponsored by San
Lemon.
Pellegrino.
yeah, bitter.
Bitter sparkling lemon. Delicious.
Better than blue milk. There's a bit of a rift there going on between nephew and uncle.
Yeah.
I'll say that again. I say this every time I watch it. Her clothes are well out of
This
place.
is Baru Lars, yeah.
I understand those two.
They're
They look
70s
like
denim.
they look like Tatooine people. She's just
Yeah.
gone. I'm going down Ross Esther to buy
Down
some
the Gap.
denim. yeah, I'm going down Gap to buy some denim and a massive collar. It looks like a magic eye pattern as well.
Because I've got photos of my nan or whatever, you know. She's
Wearing that shizzle.
wearing that stuff.
She's got old trendy in her old age, old Baru.
Yeah.
When you see at the end of Revenge of the
Yeah.
Sith, she's wearing normal Tatooine
Rags.
get up. Now look at
that
her. She looks
collar.
like she's off down the disco later
Yeah.
with John Travolta. Oh, having a sip.
gone. Means so much for him. Yeah, I don't know.
It's just when I meet you, Lamont. What
these
kind
other
of crap
two
are they
did-
eating? Do you
The
think?
other two actors, you know, I don't know who is what they did after Star Wars or before it.
Probably some sort of American TV show that no one's ever heard of.
Yeah.
It's going nowhere. Hungry because he's not eating any food. He'll regret that. He'll kick himself. He'll get halfway down the
If I
street.
lived on
and go, "Oh."
Tatooine, I'd be wolfing it down.
Yeah. Eat what you can.
Yeah.
So,
What I'm afraid of. I love that.
so he knows that his dad was Vader. Well, at the time they didn't.
Yeah.
No one knew who's Luke's dad
He
was.
knows his dad, if you count the prequels, which I don't,
Canon.
you know,
They're canon.
I prefer to believe they don't exist. But I'm going to have to
Well,
fucking
well,
sit
yeah,
through all
we-
three of them
I'm
because
gonna
we've
make
agreed
you
to do these
Sit
podcasts.
there and enjoy it.
I'm going to make you guys pay. I know there's a lot of people out there who
twin
love
sons.
them, but you've got to, you know, you've got to, if you love them, then you can't be offended if other people don't, I suppose.
Yeah, well,
But
fair enough.
you know, Jude's going to be defending them and I'm going to be attacking them.
Well, that's the dynamic of our relationship on these podcasts.
Attack of the Clowns, it's going to be.
Attack of the Clowns, yeah, might as well be. I mean, I must admit, that's a poor film, and I'll be dragging you through that.
Yeah.
But that was a good shot there of the twin sons.
Yeah, that was a beautiful moment.
What they called me?
It's a hopelessness. Tattoo 1 and Tattoo 2.
Yeah.
There's the Sora sub speeder, and what? Yeah, it's kind of funny that C-3PO's hiding, bending over there.
yeah. Like he was up to no good. Like he's just been caught with his
Yeah.
knob out or something.
He should have gone straight after Luke and said, "Artie's leaving."
Well, he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. His friendship with R2.
Yeah,
Let's face it, he couldn't keep up.
is that droid?
A little light.
I'd never
droid.
really noticed that one before. Yeah, just a little. God knows what that one does. Actually, I could probably find out. But I'm not going to go and get the catalogue.
It's probably some sort of security droid or something. It's like you told me you could go and stay in the homestead as a little
Yeah,
hotel.
so this is a perfect shot of it. That is really there in Tunisia, and you can stay there. It's like a kind of guest house thing now.
A lot of green actually there, flowers and botanicals.
Yeah, I love the kitchen.
Packed
I would
choy,
love
or
to
whatever
live
it's
in
fennel going in.
if I, like a Star Wars like house like that.
If you could live on any planet, where would you live?
Oh, what a great question. The Takodana place from the Force Awakens, where Maz's castle is.
Why's that?
They would film that in the Lake District.
Oh right, okay.
That's where I've got to live then, mate. I've got to go up to live in the Lake
Well, you're
District.
not that far from it.
Yeah, we're not really.
So you wouldn't live here. You wouldn't live in Tatooine.
I'd love to go to Mos Eisley. If I was in the Star Wars universe, that would be my first place I'd visit, without a doubt. Be so fun. Go to the bar and drink some, tug on a man's shirt, get a drink without asking for one. Amazing.
Yeah,
We'll see later.
and he just nods.
So the
He knows
Bantha-
exactly what he wants.
The Bantha was an elephant dressed up, and they trained it to keep its tongue tucked under
Tongue.
it's a trunk tucked.
What did it do with his tongue? To go around licking everyone.
It's a slip of the
Stop,
trunk.
put your
It's just a
tongue
slip of
away.
the trunk, mate.
Put your slip of the trunk. You keep doing that. Put it away.
Several creatures approaching from the east. Look at that big old rifle.
It's massive,
he's got.
isn't it?
It's like a sniper.
It's a similar gun to what the Tusken Raiders use anyway.
Yeah.
So maybe
when the
he nicked
Tusken
it.
Raider pops up in a second and does, he only did it once.
Good impression.
And then they reversed it and did it again and again and again. If you watch carefully, in a minute he stands above Luke. Reverse, 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 reverse.
Is that it?
Yeah, it's true.
It looks when you
He
said it.
just did that once, and that was it.
Well,
and then they just, in the edit, they just reversed it.
Now
and
you said that to me, it does look a little bit mental.
rewound. Yeah. So they've added a big CGI rock here in front of R2, which is totally unnecessary, and it also makes it impossible for him to get out of the space he's in, or get into it in the first place. It's a real shame they had to.
You see that rock in front of the speeder?
Yeah.
That looks weird to me. It's clearly there because it's this resting on something.
Yeah, the speeders obviously levitate off something else.
There we
Right,
go,
they
they've got
changed
the
the sound effect of
Crate Dragon.
Yeah, Obi-Wan's sound effect.
It sounds better in this time. This time round, it does. The
I remember
last
in the
one
old one,
sounded
it was like
weird.
a howl. It was like a. It was like that.
The one
originally.
before, yeah, but the old special edition. Was it 2004 one?
Yeah.
It just went.
Like a
It sounded-
party whistle.
It sounded weird.
Sorry for everyone listening really loud because that would have fucking damaged your hearing.
Yeah.
It's the first appearance of Alec Guinness. And
He says all
it's,
over the shop, though.
Old McDonald Kenobi.
Yeah. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
He'll be alright. I wonder what Luke's got in his little belt. Or his little pockets.
Poppers.
Had a busy day. The Judland wastes are not to be travelled lightly.
So is he still wearing Jedi robes there, or did they watch this and go, "That's what Obi-Wan wears"? All the other Jedi
I think they based all of the Jedi look on Obi-Wan's costume from this film.
brown and
But
white.
also, that's what Owen Lars wears, right? The uncle. Exactly the same
It's
outfit.
weird. Yeah.
So the consistency in these films they are very consistent. Let's face it, they're pretty good at that.
See,
Obi-Wan.
I don't ever remember owning a droid,
You
but
should fucking remember.
well, you hang around with him quite a
That's the
lot.
problem if you go back and you try and
Squeeze
make
all
things
the
make sense.
Yeah.
Did a pretty good job with Rogue One though, gotta say. His face is pretty iconic. It's quite cool that an actor of his sort of legacy, caliber, agreed to do a sci-fi film. You know,
Well, he said he couldn't stand the lines. Said he thought they were rubbish.
Well,
Wanted
his-
him to die. He got his wish, but he didn't realise he was
doesn't
coming
have
back as a
to-
ghost, did he?
Yeah, he doesn't really have to say much technobabble, though, does he? He's not talking about some of the stuff Han Solo has to say.
Yeah.
The Falcon stuff and tractor beams this and all this kind of, flying through star systems. It's very light compared to the Obi-Wan stuff. Obi-Wan stuff is generally words of kind of wisdom.
Yeah.
Like, he's a wise man, isn't he? He's an old wise man.
Yeah, you're right. There's his arm off.
On the floor. It's a reoccurring theme in Star Wars, arms being cut
Lops
off.
off.
And hands.
Well, they look at how many wires are hanging out of that arm,
Yeah.
and they seem to attach it pretty quickly
Yeah.
back
Well,
at Ben's
I
house.
put that down to Luke just being... I love the swipe cut there as they lift him up.
New shot there of
Yeah,
Ben's
that's a
house.
new one.
Look, straight on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible wiring skills he's got there.
He's the best. Can I call the little props in Ben's house as well, all the kind of jugs and stuff that's around?
I'd like to know where they will come from, what they mean, because I imagine for the last 19 years he's been trying to understand, becoming one with the Force and meditating with Qui-Gon and all that
making
sort
use
of
of
crap.
himself, making use of his... what is it? His isolation.
Yeah, I mean, I've read Kenobi, the book, and I don't know, I can't remember if that's now a
Canon or
legend.
not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
so
in-
from a lot of the Star Wars books and things that were written when the old films were out, and now
well, they're
now
bringing some of the
kind of,
characters back, like
obsolete.
Thrawn and
they have
but
salvaged a couple.
But in Kenobi, he sort of meditates, and I think he's in a cave or something, and he's trying to talk to Qui-Gon, and he's getting frustrated. He's getting really frustrated because he can't communicate properly, and obviously he gets there in the end.
Yeah. Civilized age.
It looks really light there, the lightsaber in Luke's hand. It's like just flipping it and whizzing it around like it's
Yeah.
a feather.
They blew the lightsaber there a bit.
Because I think that was another thing that kind of would grind my gears as a kid watching these. The colour of the lightsabers were just completely worn.
Yeah, in this first film anyway, at least.
On
it's-
VHS, it
Yeah,
was a bit
the
like-
lightsabers are quite thin in this as well, and they kind of disappear some points, don't they? Where they,
Yeah.
if they're pointing directly at the camera, it's just there's nothing there to see.
No.
There's no. So they were done using this rod that rotates and is covered in silver foil or something like
That's
that.
right, yeah.
And it rotates because it's connected to a battery pack which is on the actor,
Yeah.
going up their sleeve, the wire. And these things get fucking red hot, and it's like a car battery.
Fucking hell.
So no wonder they're fighting slowly. They lugging that around.
blow the things
Also,
up.
the thing, the thing could electrocute you at any point. Health and safety wasn't really a
thing
concern back
then.
in the 70s, I don't think.
So his layer popped up.
Yeah, on his little coffee table.
The Clone Wars. Did you ever wonder what the Clone Wars were prior to the prequels? Did you ever think about that?
Yeah, cool. Yeah, of course I did. But
What did you imagine them to be?
I imagine them to be kind of epic, glorious crusades, not the crap we saw later.
Not the CGI crap.
Yeah, God, no, they didn't even make one stormtrooper clone trooper costume. Every single clone trooper you see
CGI.
was CGI. Even when they have their helmets off and they've got that body of the man, the
Does
rest
look-
of his body
it
is
looks
CGI.
crap,
It's
doesn't
just it looks like a cartoon, mate. The whole thing. Just I can't believe that is acceptable.
So you love it then?
Yeah, I'm delighted. I'm delighted with those prequels.
Yeah.
I'm delighted they have the name Star Wars on them. I find them about as acceptable as the Ewok movies. In fact, I prefer the Ewok movies to the prequels.
I've never watched the Ewok movies.
So we're going to be watching those.
So
in the
apparently we'll
commentaries,
be
I think,
watching that.
one
Can't
day.
wait for that. So anyway, so here we are. So he's going, you must learn the ways of the Force.
Yeah.
You come with me with Alderaan. And he's
Looks
like,
desperate,
he's having a
doesn't he?
bit of a sulk. He's like, I want to go home and get shot by some stormtroopers.
I'd be straight off.
But I think it's weird that Obi-Wan waited this long to train him.
Yeah, he could have
Why?
approached him sooner, couldn't
But
he?
I would have just gone, do you know what? Sod that. I'm not giving him to Baru and his uncle. I'm going to take him to Tatooine myself.
Well, they
go
don't
to-
like Ben. They don't want him going anywhere near him. They're, Owen's afraid of him. Doesn't want
Well,
Luke
of course they are.
going astray.
But it would have just been, well, you wouldn't have got a story. But here we are, round table.
That's Admiral Motti, there's General Targ,
There's a spare seat
the
for
guy from,
Krennic.
this battle station. Guy from EastEnders in the background.
Oh, yeah.
Genuinely is.
Yeah, you sent me that message the other day as well.
Yeah.
I remember him.
Tarkin's chair's pretty cool.
Yeah. Is this the first scene with Tarkin in it? It is, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Good entrance.
Curved cheeks.
His haircut. He looks like his mum's just gone, you need a haircut, mate? Bowl. Pop a bowl on his head. Give it a trim. I love it. The plans, again. They're coming up again and again and again.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
He's very cocky. So the Death Star is complete at this point. It is fully operational because in Rogue One, wasn't it fully operational?
It was, but they didn't blow up a planet in Rogue One. They
No,
just
they've
sort
only
of
blew up a city.
shot a
Jeddah
little
and
bit of
Scarif.
yeah.
Pretty stupid idea to fire at Scarif, though, wasn't it? They're basically destroying their entire facility.
Was it out of desperation to stop them stealing the plans, to stop them stealing any sort of information.
So they haven't even got a copy of their plans now.
Well, no. I'm sure there's a load of stuff that the Emperor had stored there that he, whether he needed it or
How they
not.
build the second Death Star then?
Good point. Good point.
A little flaw there, maybe.
Well, that is a
There's one
flaw,
strip.
because where did they get the kyber crystals from for the second Death Star? Big flaw.
Yeah.
Flaws. We're finding flaws.
Unless it's fuel for the weapon.
Yeah.
But we are supposed to think they did. So Kyber was originally the stone, right? It was going to be this Star Wars. The original storyline was going to involve retrieving some sort of sacred crystal. Is that correct?
Didn't that come out of a book? It was like
The Sprint of the Mind's Eye by
That's
Alan
it,
Dean
yeah.
Foster. Yeah,
that's where
that
it
was
was
the
first
first
mentioned.
Star Wars novel.
that was after A New Hope, right?
That was right after New Hope to basically keep the anticipation up.
That's it.
A story set between Star Wars and the sequel, which I didn't know about the title. It's far too dangerous. I love the land speeder, the way it's just levitating, so convincing, and it bounces a bit when he gets in. It's
Yeah.
great. It's like
It
they're
is
flying
really good.
cars from Back to the Future or something. Yeah, that's nice.
So what did they do on the film? They just like blurred
Vaseline, I think.
Vaseline
yeah,
underneath
Vaseline
the-
underneath the on the camera.
So you must have seen that from a distance. Luke crapped himself. Now we've said this before, but until I was a little bit older,
Yeah.
I didn't realise how burnt and disgusting.
I
and
never even knew there were bodies there. I mean, I've seen it obviously loads of times, but I just didn't notice
the detail of it.
there were bodies. I just thought it was a load of junk. And then in this close-up, it was when you get the Blu-ray and whatever, you see...
That's pretty hardcore.
Yeah, it's
and it's
really,
a
really
U.
graphic.
It's a U. This
I know.
this film.
Is it still a U? I don't even have the box near me. I think it is still a U.
It is a U.
You can just about see the case just across the room.
I mean, he's distraught here,
Yeah.
but he comes back. He sort of takes it quite
First
well.
time we see TIE fighters.
That's right.
I'll hear them as well.
Oh, here we go. So the probe droid, right? I've said this.
Not probe droid, torture droid.
Torture droid, whatever it's called. Yeah, comes in, little needle that they picked up from I don't know, High Wycombe's NHS local hospital. You can still see the blimmin' numbers on it. Should be Arabic.
It says like made in like UK or something,
yeah.
doesn't it, on the side?
Well, they blurred it out in
Yeah.
in these ones, but it's just that.
He's really annoyed about things like this, Jude. He gets so pissed off with when you can see the wires.
Oh
let's
yeah,
say.
because it takes you out of the. It's like those old historical. I used to watch this program, and it was about I don't know the Normans invading England 1,000 years ago,
Yeah.
and there's an actor with his watch on. It takes you out of the scene. It's annoying.
Yeah, true. But then you could. I feel the same at the prequels though, because it's just too much CGI and it just looks like a cartoon.
Yeah.
This feels like a kids' party, and the scripts are pretty watered down to children, aren't they?
Yeah, I guess so.
On one hand, they're talking about really kind of complicated political trade embargoes. On the other hand, they're just saying, "You sat in big doo-doo this time." It's like, what the fuck? Who's writing this shit?
That Boss Nass. is
Yeah.
it?
Fucking.
You sat in big doo-doo this time. Anyway, this is a New
thing I
Hope.
would never get into the original films.
Well, we are going to have a field day when we get to the
We are.
prequels.
We're gonna-
Stay tuned because if you want to hear John get annoyed, maybe cry a little bit, then keep
yeah,
listening.
they'll be explicit. Those ones. I'm gonna be biting my lip. I'm gonna have no fucking lip left, no tongue left. Bloody hell. Of scum and villainy. Well, he's obviously never been to Portsmouth.
No, no.
No, to be fair, it's quite like.
Or Chatham. Have you ever been to Chatham?
Chatham, yeah, no, that's more like it.
Shit, well.
No.
Right, what do
Big
you think
old
of
rebel transport in the background.
What do you think of
is
this
all
new-
I hate it. I don't mind the aerial shots like that. It's not so bad. But the silly aliens fucking around, and the Jawas.
fucking around?
They're just the little CGI dog things running about.
People not looking where they're going.
There's no need for that.
It's a bit too much
Utter
comedy.
shit. So much stuff walking past the camera that was shot, later and added in. Look at this. Fuck off. Fuck off. That is a really nice shot. Spoiled. Complete. Look at that fucker.
What do you mean? What do you
Just
mean?
utter shit. Why ruin it by putting a great big CGI dinosaur? It looks fake. That thing in the background, not necessary.
Yeah, but that.
Absolute bollocks.
Yeah, but
I'm so angry I'm not even listening to the story. This is the scene, the really famous scene where he uses his
You
mind
can't
tricks
listen
for the
to it
first
anymore.
time. Look at that! They've even ruined that shot with
Yeah,
a
but-
stupid Ronto thing in the background.
Is that a crashed ship there? Is that a crashed ship? in
Yeah,
the
it's a
background?
monument to a crashed ship. I've got a card for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, look, the dinosaur things, they do look.
Gash, mate.
They do look gash.
They look
yeah.
like a poor man's Jurassic Park.
It does. But the little probe droid things flying around,
Finn.
and it's Finn in the background.
Probably the only black character in the bloody original Star Wars film.
No, Lando.
Original Star Wars film, this one.
Oh right, yeah, this one, fine. But
And he was a bloody extra. There he goes again!
he's just walking around.
You
the
can see
leak.
Finn, that's a revelation. We've discovered something. You can see he looks exactly like him as well.
There's a few things I like.
dressed a bit
I
like
quite like
him.
that G-back scene.
Yeah.
Here we go, classic.
So they have added some new dinosaurs, creatures into this scene as well. But you can totally tell which ones they are. That one, for example.
How
And,
do you know what in the special editions?
Yeah, they're just... So a lot of them are computer graphics, and a lot of them look very sort of modern, like the
Yeah.
modern puppets. They're not old and, homemade. This guy's cute. He's cool. Devil Man. I'd like to know more about that character. I
The
did know his
band's
name.
great, isn't it?
Yeah, the band's amazing, and the sound as well. They're playing this kind of jazz.
Yeah. Talking
Space jazz.
of space jazz,
Yeah.
you've been doing a bit of sound mixing, haven't you? A little bit of music for the
I've been
podcast.
dubbing up the. I've been dubbing up some little jingles. We'll get those into the podcast somehow.
They're funny.
We'll find a place.
No droids. Why do you think the droids aren't allowed in?
I don't know. I don't know. Superstition. People don't trust them.
Recording things
Yeah.
that are going on. Now, Greedo's character, the species,
Rodian.
Rodian, they're all wearing the same
They
outfits.
are. Yeah. I don't know if that's intentional, but
Well, those two are there. Those two sort of typical alien wearing space suits.
yeah.
That little
this
thing.
is new. This is new. So the one that's on the right, like the elephant thing, that's new.
Yeah. That slug thing.
Hammerhead.
Hammerhead, yeah. It's my impression of
Chewie's
it.
huge, isn't he? Look at the size of him.
Well, they've just come from Jeddah. So they get about.
True.
Arseface, we used to call him at school.
This guy's creepy.
He doesn't like you.
I don't like you either.
Or is he just picking fights randomly in a bar?
Yeah, real arsehole.
Yeah, there's a few of
Dick.
those in. Again,
Clap. It's like a Chatham all over
Chatham
again, mate.
all over again.
Now let me get you some.
That annoyed him. That's not
Yeah.
a reasonable reaction.
Someone offered to buy you a drink.
Yeah, you just-
shove someone across a bar.
A lot of blood there.
Yeah,
And
Lot.
a massive gaping hole.
a very hollow hand.
You don't get that again. You don't get that in any other scene.
No. Everyone just goes back to business. Band
It's
starts up
normal.
again.
Just normal.
Yeah.
Just what happens in Mos Eisley.
But the stormtroopers do come around, don't they? They have a little sniff. What's going on? Trouble.
Did you go to the secret cinema?
I did. And when the stormtroopers come at you,
It's scary.
it's really, really, really it's unsettling, isn't it?
Well, the
They're just
officers come
marching
up-
towards you really fast. They don't say get out of the way. They literally shove you over like you're just like nothing.
Scum.
Yeah, they're totally in
Oh,
character.
it was great. It was really.
They're really, really
immersive.
tough and fierce, and they will lock you up and stuff if they don't like you. And
So I went with.
Oh, it's great
I
fun.
took Polly. She hates Star Wars, and we were sitting, but she really got into it. She thought it was really good.
yeah,
And officers, we were sitting there at the bar having a drink, and these two officers, Imperial officers, came up and they said, "Have you seen a scuffle? We need to ask you some questions."
yeah.
And I was going, "Oh no, we've not seen anything. Don't worry about it, mate." And he's
Yeah.
like, "Sure." Polly starts grassing up Han Solo, going, "Yeah, we've seen this shootout going on over there." And he was like, "Where?" And she takes him by the hand and points out Solo. And he turns around. And he's like, "Oh, I didn't expect you to do this." And she's like, "Okay, leave it with me." But pure in character, it's great fun.
Wow.
I love Solo. He makes the Star Wars films for me.
Yeah.
If I could be any character, it would be Han.
It'd be weird him not being in the next one, but he's had his day now, hasn't he? If it was his way, he would have died in Empire Strikes Back.
I'm glad he
Harrison
came
Ford's
back.
way.
I'll be honest. I'm glad he came back and agreed to do the last one because
It'd be a different story without him, wouldn't it?
it would have been rubbish and it would have been a gaping hole.
I love Obi-Wan just looking at the way that Han's, blagging. It's a good deal as well. He's completely up the ante. It's almost as if he knows he won't get there safely. I don't trust you. We should do that for websites, shouldn't we?
What's that?
Give us a little bit up front and give us the rest when we finish. Some people do work like that.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Here they come. How do they disappear though? They're really quick.
using the Force.
They could just use the mind trick again though.
He's under the desk. They're tucked in underneath Solo's legs.
His legs, yeah. Look how combed Chewbacca is in this one. He's really bushy in those new
Is
pictures.
it Jedi
Really
where his hair's just got
batty fair.
a parting or something? It just
Yeah.
looks gash.
Oh, I
There
don't
we
mind
go.
his parting so much, but he does look quite different unless his hair's all brushed back.
Little waistcoat he's wearing, Greedo.
Yeah. Waistcoats are very popular in Star Wars. They've got loads of pockets, you can stick loads of things in them. So Greedo was played by two people. In the long shot, where you can see both of them at the table, it's played by a man. And then in the close-ups, it's played by a woman. That's simply because they had to reshoot extra scenes. But when they've gone back to LA before the film was released, so in post-production. So that's the case with a lot of Mos Eisley. There's loads and loads of extra close-ups of aliens bantering and pushing each other and things like that, and it was all shot extra. Because George was just unhappy with what they came back with when they were from filming in Tunisia. Or filming in the UK, sorry.
Well, hang on. We just talked over the who shot first.
We did.
Well, who shot first, John?
Clearly Han. Because
did
the
he?
sequel, the special edition doesn't count. That's how you introduce the character, right? You introduce this character who is a cold rogue, right? He shoots first. George Lucas said, I made a Greedo fire first because I wanted to show that Han Solo had no choice but to kill Greedo. Bullshit. Han Solo doesn't care. He will shoot first.
Alright.
He doesn't care. He's not gonna. I hope I can keep this. I wouldn't want to kill this person. Han Solo doesn't care about that.
No.
He kills people and he doesn't think anything of it.
He kills people and he doesn't think anything of it.
That is a great introduction for his character. Why spoil it?
Yeah, good point. Good point. And it's not explained why. Does he explain why he did that? George Lucas?
No, but you know what they did? They even slightly move. They digitally move Han Solo's head to the side when the shot happens, which looks so unnatural and weird. I mean, we can't rewind it obviously because we're doing a podcast and we'd scroll up all of the.
Maybe we should do a podcast where we just pick out every single update and it's just you on a microphone and me laughing.
I don't want to sound like a scratch record, but there are a couple of updates I do not mind.
I like the updates in the background there, the ships flying in and
that's
out.
obviously
That's a
new.
nice little touch
Yeah.
because it gives you the sense of that, it's
So he's
it's a
just sold his
working-
land speeder and he's complaining about how he didn't get very much money for it because the new models come out and everybody wants that. That's just basically what we got with the iPhones, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
If you're trying to sell an iPhone 5 now.
Land Speeder 7.
Yeah.
Cockface there.
Yeah.
Another new scene.
Well, an old scene.
Just remastered.
My complaints of this is Jabba doesn't look anything like he does in Return of the Jedi. Different colour and everything.
Yeah, I mean,
He's so cartoony looking. The
they
way
did
his
that with Yoda
eyebrows.
as well in the prequels. They're not. They
Yeah,
just don't
the way
quite-
he moves.
So
his
look, in the
facial
back, but in
expression.
the background, there's 4 Greedos.
So there's a
Three.
Boba Fett there, but that Boba Fett was from a different movie, and they cut his waist and they gave him some fake legs. And
Really?
yeah, he wasn't even in the original scene. They just put him in
Why is he there?
because George Lucas thinks that it would be cool for fans to include him.
But this is the
there.
thing. it's almost like Boba Fett's working for Jabba
Exclusively.
exclusively. He's not a bounty hunter in his
Why
own
don't
right.
you go along there? Jabba's eyes are completely different to what they are in Jedi.
I know that looks completely shite, the
Yeah.
walking on his tail
Yeah.
thing, but it still gives Han this swagger, this slight arrogance about him. He's got the audacity to stand on his tail.
Yeah, okay. See what you're saying.
That guy in the background, he looks like a pirate. His little tash.
Yeah. It'd been cool to be an extra on this. Yeah.
I love how Chewie just like
that
stands
prop
in the
is so
background.
amazing, the Falcon prop.
That's great, isn't it?
They didn't build the whole thing, they only built like a little side of it there.
It looks like it's embedded in the ground as well, slightly. There's
Yeah.
like stones around it. It's like a real weight to
Yeah,
it.
that's right, yeah. It feels like it really got sunk into the
Yeah.
sand. Yeah. Du-du-du-du. Okay.
So poncho. Luke's got a poncho.
Yeah, very kind of Clint
So
Eastwood.
Anakin had a poncho. Luke's been wearing a poncho. Rey wore a poncho. There's a poncho theme going on throughout Star Wars. There's R2 walking down the stairs. Wonder what happened to his little backpack, his little blaster.
Yeah, you can see there that shot of the Vulcan. They only built half of it.
Yeah.
It's not really. It does feel like slightly different to how it looks in Empire, where they did build the real thing. Yeah, look how small the cockpit is in the Falcon compared to the new one.
Well, that is
Definitely
Chewbacca
enlarged
sitting in
it.
there. He's massive.
Yeah, I know, but they have enlarged it, I think, slightly.
I do like how those stormtroopers are walking through that scene and people are just
Yeah.
scared of them. There's a real imperial sort of dominance.
Sense of authority and blast them. This is exciting. Great. Look how much damage he's doing. Wonderful.
I love that door. It's a slight bounce.
It's a great
when
shot as
when
well.
it,
Come up the stairs and all one camera movement, spin them.
I love how they belt themselves up.
Yeah, I just
Obi-Wan's
noticed that.
belted himself
C-3PO
up.
is wearing a belt.
I've never seen them do that before.
Yeah, so they added this shot.
But I'm not being funny. I've never seen that before. When he was just doing his thing, there was someone in the background. Walked down the corridor. Did his own thing.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, we can't go
I
back,
can't
unfortunately.
rewind it, but I'm sure that I just saw that.
Falcon looks really cool. I mean, that's still the model shot. They have replaced a couple of shots of the ships with CGI, but not very many. Maybe we were wrong about the window in the
Well,
Vanity Fair pictures.
maybe.
So
Possibly.
that's a different podcast, by the way.
Possibly.
Possibly.
I love how he goes, we can outmaneuver him and then just
Yeah.
drift slightly to the left.
I like what he
Good
does in
skills.
Empire, where he like makes them nearly crash into each other. Pretty cool. Look how rattly it is. And this is Luke's first time in space, I believe. I mean, we don't, as far as we're aware, this kid has been stuck on Tatooine all his life with dreams of
Yeah,
escaping.
It's
He doesn't
finally out
seem
there.
that-
It's not. It's too interfering, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because if that was me, I'd be in the back, either shitting myself or clutching my knees, panicking.
Yeah.
But he's touching. It's the equivalent of an 8-year-old touching my car.
Yeah, touching all the buttons on the
Wheels
radio
and,
and
you know.
stuff. That's the only shot where that's the only shot of Tarkin, I think, where you can see him in full length. Because he
He was
basically
wearing
was wearing
slippers or something.
slippers the whole film. Yeah, he didn't want to wear those boots they gave him. These kind of riding boots. To the last. This is where she's obviously talking with an English accent. Which does
I reckon
sound
she was
slightly
intimidated. Carrie was intimidated by Peter Cushing
Yeah, maybe.
and felt like she had to reciprocate his.
He's a real nice. He's a real gentleman in real life.
Or do you
I mean,
think? Or do you think she's like
obviously.
playing that up to her regal status as being
Yeah.
sort of royalty, the princess?
So, Cushing, of course, is the unofficial Doctor Who as well. You know,
Is he?
Yeah, did
Is he
two
radio?
movies.
Really?
Yeah, in the 60s, Hammer or Amicus, I think it was, made 2 Doctor Who movies. They weren't
know that.
official,
Didn't
so
know
they
that.
don't have any of the sort of Time Lord stuff in it.
Why did
His
that? how did they do
character is called Doctor Who, as in Mr. Who,
Right.
and he's a crazy inventor who's made a time machine. That's how it works.
Okay, so that's a rip-off.
Yeah. Basically, because the BBC don't own the Daleks, the man who made the Daleks owns the Daleks, Terry Nation, and so they didn't have to worry about the BBC not liking their idea. They could just take the Daleks and they could take the name Doctor Who and change it a little bit.
Fact!
Yeah, amazing. Doctor Who facts on a Star Wars podcast.
I know, mate.
You're not getting your money's worth considering you're not paying for it.
Either that or they're dropping off and going, fuck that shit.
Right, so back to destroy her planet. See the awesome power of the Death Star, and this special effect they have improved. I think it's a good change.
There's a lot of buttons going on.
Yeah,
And the guy's there with no railing.
that's a very
Dangerous.
cliche observation. Ben feeling that has to have a sit down.
There you go. What's the game they're playing, John?
The game?
Yeah.
Oh, Dizrezrik or something like that. I can't remember what it's called.
Dizrezrik, everyone.
What's it called?
Dizrezrik. I don't know. I call it space chess.
Hollow chess thing, yeah. I can't remember. Yeah, I can't pronounce it.
Ben knows something terrible's happened.
Yeah.
Leia not so much, but I guess that's just because Alec Guinness is a better actor than Carrie Fisher at the time. And probably still is, to be honest. Isn't it?
It's cool. Little R2's had a rod come out then to press the move. You see that?
Yeah. Gets his rod out a lot in this film. Makes love to the Death Star later.
He does. Yeah. Spins it round. These are really cool. Stop motion puppets wearing waistcoats.
So I love this scene here because I love the echo. I love the echo in The Force Awakens with Han.
Being very sceptical
Yeah.
about the Force here and hokey religions and stuff like that. And standing in that exact place later.
Yeah. And where Ben is.
Professing that it was true. It's all true.
True.
So only when it got personal did it become true, right?
The Jedi. The dark
I
side.
mean, he's seen some stuff. He saw C-3PO fly around in a chair.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, well, he's seen Luke progress with his skills with
He's
a
the
lightsaber.
only person, I think, to
Been
use
rescued
Luke's
by-
lightsaber apart from Luke.
Well, yeah.
Because he used it to cut a bit
in
of
the
time
original
from.
trilogy.
Yeah.
Bad
Get one
cut
of those
there.
too,
Bad
then.
cut.
Yeah, so they had to do these jump cuts where they had the rod and they stop still, stand still, stay there, take the rod out. Okay, great, go. And obviously it results in a very small jump cut. Not much you can do about that. Can't remember if they have to do that now or not. What do you think they do now?
What do you mean?
When they have to turn when they light the lightsabers now?
Well, they just paint over the top of the scene anyway.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah.
So they've got like a green stick. I mean, in The Force Awakens, they were actually glowing rods. I mean, that's how.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's how you get the glow. The glow's beautiful.
Oh,
in
yeah,
that
it's
film.
natural then. Yeah.
Well, that,
There we go, another jump cut.
But the saber looks white there.
It does look right. It's the wrong
it's-
colour, and it hasn't been changed. So if George Lucas is going to go through and perfect these films,
That's the sort of thing.
Why hasn't he done
If I
that?
was art directing this, I would have said, lightsabers. Just make the lightsabers good.
yeah,
Reshoot the fight between Obi-Wan and Vader because
take away black
shit.
lines. I don't mind them doing that. If you're going to see matte lines on actors
Yeah.
against a blue screen or what's it called, front projection,
Yeah.
then take those away.
Yeah.
That's fine. There's a lot of that on in Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah. So Lee's getting wrapped around my leg then.
It's all right. Jesus having IT issues.
I tell you, I've got bigger issues than that. I really need a wee.
Do you really?
You're gonna have to hold on.
Oh my god!
This is a live-
Never happened before.
Yeah,
We can't stop it. So
No,
yeah.
just keep going. You're gonna have to hold the fort. I'll be as quick as I can.
Okay, cool.
Sorry.
I'm talking to myself then. So, Tarkin finds out that Dantooine was a complete bluff. And there is a really good book called Across the Stars, if you're interested. It's a story of how it's kind of a love story where one character is in the Empire, one defects to the Rebellion, and they it's Star Wars from their perspective. So all the events of the original trilogy happen in their lives, and they are in the background of the love story. It's called Across the Stars. Check it out. So they're coming into Alderaan now. It's been destroyed. Really rattly. And I don't know about you, but I think that the Falcon's a bit too rattly here. But you know, it's a very big, bulky ship. Will it really be bouncing around that much? I don't know. There comes the cool TIE Fighter. You can't see the Death Star at this point. They must be going really fast.
Sure is leaving in a big hurry. If they identify us, we're in big trouble.
Chewie's wearing a little headset. I've never noticed that before. Hey, Jude's back.
Sorry.
It's alright.
It was either that or me sit uncomfortably through the rest of the film.
Piss himself on a podcast.
Piss myself on a podcast.
Just hear the damp.
Better to be honest, I think. What did I miss?
You missed Falcon coming out of Lightspeed into Alderaan.
What, into the remains of Alderaan?
Yeah, the Tarkin being told that the Dantooine base proved to be a load of bullshit. So here we go. I think you're right. Look how concerned he looks.
I've read Lost Stars. It's in my opinion the
I thought it was
best.
called Across the... I told him about that.
Oh really?
Yeah, and while you're in the loo.
Okay.
Across
fine.
the galaxy, didn't you say? Across the
I
stars?
thought it was Lost Stars. Maybe
Lost Stars or Across the Stars?
It is the best Star Wars book I've read for a long time.
That's fiction.
It's fiction.
Well, if you can find what the author was called, let him know. If we can confirm the title
I will
and the
confirm
author,
it
that
now.
might be helpful
Yeah.
for our listeners.
But if you haven't read it, seriously, read it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what you said. What did you say about it?
I just said it was a love story that's taken from the perspective... Well, I'm not going to repeat myself. You have to listen back if you want to find out what I said to you.
Yeah, it's called Lost Stars. I was right. It's
there's lovely map painting here.
It's by Claudia Gray. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's by Claudia Gray, and it's just the best book. It takes place throughout the original trilogy, and then the Battle of Jakku, and it just really ties everything together and bridges the gap between the OT and the sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
Little rat droid there. What's that one called?
Mouse droid.
Mouse droid. I like to call it a little
I
rat.
think they bring messages. Don't really know what the purpose of those is. Why are they following it? Anyway, why are they staring at it when they run? Can't they figure out where to go?
I'll just boot it out of the way. Kick it out of the way, smash it up against the wall.
They're quite fast, those little remote control.
Yeah.
You see those at conventions a lot. They're really cool.
Well, they're pretty easy to replicate and
Yeah, you can build them yourself. It's
Yeah,
like a
control.
control car, isn't it? Get a scanning crew aboard. I sense something, he says in a minute.
I love it.
And he just sense... He just doesn't say anything else. It's strange.
Now that officer's badges, look at them.
Slightly dry.
The officer's badges there, Vader's talking to, they're all orange.
Yeah, they
What's that
usually have
about?
blue, don't they? Blue and then red.
Presence I've not felt since. It's great. I love it.
I just don't know why he should have waited a bit longer. Because I mean, Dave Prowse was saying the lines,
Yeah.
but you know, sometimes the voiceover doesn't always marry up to the actions of Darth Vader.
I always find it weird to see stormtroopers on the Millennium Falcon.
It's cool, isn't it?
You don't see that
It looks
anywhere
so
else.
unusual. There was a scene in The Force Awakens where the stormtroopers board
That's
the
right.
Falcon with Kylo Ren.
Yeah, they cut it out,
And
didn't
they cut it out. Kylo Ren has like a little moment in the cockpit of the Falcon, like reminiscing, I suppose, of probably his childhood. Chewie pops up in a minute. It's quite cute. Gets a little scratch on the head.
Do you think Kenobi went into space whilst he was on Tatooine, or do you think he just stayed
I
there?
don't know, and I don't care.
Fair enough.
Shoot that down.
See that? That scanner is too big.
Big bottle of ties.
It's massive. Yeah, it's massive.
So what is that? To just
What they
scan for life? Or?
Scan for life forms. It's a bit big, isn't it?
They need to take it on board. Can't they just do it from the outside of the ship?
Maybe they're scanning for the plans.
Who knows? Or dares to dream. pew, 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 pew. So in the background there, you can see a little bit where R2, I think, was hiding in later on in the film.
Oh yeah.
TK421. 421 is now. These are numbers that repeat themselves through the films.
I think so. Yeah.
327 is one, isn't it?
Well, that's the cell number, isn't it?
THX 38. What was the number?
Well, that's the film.
George
that he
Lucas
killed.
film.
Yeah.
Well, there are some numbers that do repeat themselves through the movies, but
Do you know what the difference between an officer wearing black is and an officer wearing grey and an officer wearing white? What the white ones are generals, are they?
the white ones must be like kind of, fuck, I don't know, really senior, really senior. But no, I don't know what the black is about actually. The figure, the action figure from the 70s of the black trooper the black officer is called the Death Squad Commander or something like that, or
Bloody hell!
yeah, something like that.
Those old
Imperial
monitors
Commander.
and the
Maybe sorry, commanders are in black
Okay.
and admirals are in grey. I think
got
is
you.
that.
Admirals
If
have
you
got
think
a
about
higher
it,
rank.
Commander at the beginning of Return of the Jedi, the guy that comes in is Commander, and then he tells the Moff Jetrod guy, whatever his name is, Jezeroj,
Is he wearing black?
the guy that says inform Lord Vader the
Yeah, I remember.
shuttle's arrived. Is I like the doors here; they're really cool. It looks a bit hammy, but it's all fast.
The Force will be with you.
I'd be really careful opening that door. There could be anybody out there, you know.
He's using the Force, man. He knows.
Sensing it. That old man's mad. If you can, look up the original footage.
You always say that. Sometimes you just phone me up, say, that old man's mad, and then put the phone down.
Yeah, there's originally footage of Peter Mayhew saying the lines as Chewbacca, and they obviously dub it later with walrus sounds and things like that. But really
Is that
funny.
is that what it's dubbed with? Is that too,
Bear growls and walrus sounds, sea lions, things like that.
they just mashed it all together
Yeah.
to make the...
I think the most impressive sounds are R2D2. I mean, Christ knows how he did those. Just so cool. Just
It's incredible.
It
isn't
sounds
it?
like nothing you've ever heard before.
And a character, right? Ben Burt. And just
There's
the
so much
character.
emotion
You
in
hear
each
that,
one.
you know it's
each
hard
beep
to.
and boop, you kind of know what the droid's saying, roughly, based on the excitement.
On the beep and boop.
Sad, you know, curious, or there's a question.
What do you think of the hairstyles in this film? It's clearly 70s.
Obviously.
I'm sure George Lucas said he tried his utmost not to sort of
very
echo the
hard.
fashion of the
It's
time.
very, very hard not to design based on your contemporary time period, right?
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much. Look at Blade Runner or whatever. Like, their vision of the future is very much an 80s vision of the future, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's got like kind of big hair and they're wearing kind of like transparent coats.
Like
and
everyone 30 years ago thought that we'd be in flying cars.
there's
and
neon
hoverboards.
flying cars. Yeah, look at Back to the Future too. I mean, that's super 80s vision of the future. So,
Good fun though.
Yeah, but of course they're going to have 70s hair because that's modern.
Mm.
Just like now, in like if you watch the new Prometheus movie or whatever it's called, Alien, people have got that that haircut that's very trendy now, where lads get their sides of their heads shaved really short, and on top they've got this long hair.
Like it's basically it's like
Like
a
World War I
side
haircut,
party.
like a side pine. That is very popular right now.
I'd love to
and
have
that's
hair,
like
to be
what they're
honest.
wearing in Star Trek films now. So maybe it's timeless. Goes on and on and on. At least Chewie's got a look that will last forever, I know that he's putting his hand on R2 as if saying,
slaps him.
fuck it. This is cute.
I think Chewie kicks off a bit too much here.
Yeah, he's
He needs
misbehaving. Well, my problem with the scenes where Chewie's walking around Death Star is that he's not really getting enough weird looks. I think these people are on a Death Star. Look, they're not even the Imperial officers.
Yeah, but there's that prison block must have all kinds of weird.
Does it? It's got a woman in it.
Yeah,
a princess.
yeah,
and that's
fine.
it.
No, but there's other cell. There's
Why
other
would they
cells.
take people to the Death Star?
Remember in Rogue One, the first time we see Jyn as an adult,
Yeah.
she's in a massive Imperial
Everybody's
prison,
just
and
not
there's
even
aliens and
not
all
even
kinds of
giving
crap.
him a second look. Not even looking at him to start with. I mean, this is George Lucas's problem. He's a great pioneer of special effects and film and cinema.
Yeah, but isn't that because they're immersed
He's a
in that
shit
universe?
character
So these,
actor.
yeah, but
A
these,
character
these
director.
characters, these extras, they're just immersed in that universe. They're used to seeing things like that.
No, I don't think so at all. They should be doing double takes. These are privileged officers.
So when they get up to the cell block, they go, "Where are you taking this
Thing. You know, that's more of a genuine thing. But I think it would be a comical moment if someone had gone to go to lift and they would have, you know, looked in and gone, get the next one. Look with a look of kind of concern
Yeah.
and worry.
So do you think Vader knows Kenobi's on the on the Death Star by now? He knows he's there.
Yes,
And he's hunting him down.
I've sensed him.
No, he says it's a presence I've not felt in a long
He goes,
time.
he is here.
Is he already
That's
done
a great
that bit?
gag. They're all facing the wrong way. That's awesome.
Has he already done this bit?
I can't remember. No, I don't think it has. Done that bit.
Obi-Wan
Maybe he says it now.
Kenobi?
Escape is not his plan. Oh, that's cool. I love the little desk thing where it's all sort of like a big flower. He's standing in the middle.
It's the same. It's the same sort of desk that.
They have at the Death Star in
Yeah.
the second film.
Yeah. there's a lot of CCTV going on in this room.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to count the lights. You ready? Right,
Those
1,
are cameras, and some of
2,
those.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Communicator.
8, 9, 10. There's a lot of cameras going on.
Well, is it prison?
11.
Wing?
Yeah, I know, but
12.
it was 13 cameras.
13
Ridiculous.
total.
So I love this bit with Han Solo. So he deliberately didn't learn the lines for when he reports in.
Right.
So it sounds
Sounds ad-libbed.
ad-libbed and a bit.
Panicky.
Everything's under control. Situation normal. What happened? Just like weapons malfunction.
What do you think the tube thing with his back's for?
Perfectly all right now. We're
Probably a flask of coffee
Flask of
and a
coffee
straw, so
and
you
a
could
straw.
just.
Good.
negative.
So here's
There's some
something about.
screens, is there? Everything that you have to look down like a periscope to look at a screen on these panels and things.
Oh, you think they'd be using
You can
Skype
see that
by now?
panel's made of wood actually there, can't you?
yeah.
The edge, you can see the grain.
Question:
Yeah.
Stormtrooper's armour. What's
Yeah.
the point?
I don't fucking know, mate. It's made of bloody, God knows, acrylic or
It
something.
looks like it's awkward to wear. They can hardly see anything. They can't aim anything because I'm sure it's just bad eyesight.
Yeah.
But also,
It doesn't even protect you.
it doesn't protect you. That's the point of armour, isn't it? I'd at least
You may as
expect
well-
it to be hit 2
She just wear
times.
lycra or something. That's more.
Yeah. She knows who Kenobi
Yeah.
is. There it is.
It's dead air. Can't sit here and listen to the film.
I can't. Yeah, we'd sorry.
It does say you, my friend, are the last of their, kind, and he recognises you as Jedi. I think their fire has burnt out the universe. That's
So
a
at,
great
this,
line.
so at this point, Tarkin knows that Vader was Anakin,
Yeah, I guess so.
and in Tarkin book he works that out.
Oh right.
But again, with the prequels, I'd have loved to have seen Tarkin in the prequels. I know we see him at the end of Revenge of the Sith, but as a
Yeah.
character, interacting with Kenobi. I know there's some sort of interaction
Yeah.
in Clone Wars.
The way
and
he
all of
says
that.
it, like it's like a legend. The name Obi-Wan Kenobi obviously is very familiar.
And
This is
again,
great. They just shamble out of this little hole.
in Lost Stars, there's when the kids are learning about the Old Republic and the Jedi and all that, the pamphlets that they read, Palpatine's sort of rewritten everything.
Oh, it's propaganda.
It's
Imperial
propaganda, and it's just like the Mace Windu's written as a horrific
murderer.
murderer of
He did cut someone's head off.
Did Django Fett, who again It's probably one of your favourite
They
characters.
wanted to
isn't
put Boba Fett in the film so badly, but they couldn't, so they just made up this shit that he has a dad who looks exactly like him.
it? It's the equivalent of Phasma for me.
Yeah. Oh no. Captain Phasma named after the Phantasm films, by the way,
Phantasm.
which involve these horrible spears that fly around and kill people. She's so cocky. Like, she's not grateful that they've rescued her. She's in charge now.
Yeah.
We are out. I'm out. Thanks for opening the door. Now you're on your
Well,
own.
you've got. Let's face it. You've got a kid, first time in space, suddenly found himself in a gunfight. Doesn't know what he's doing. You got Solo.
It's like Die Hard. He's risen to the occasion.
Yeah, he has. But Solo's just arsing about. Doesn't really know what he's doing. But you need someone like Leia to come in and be a leader.
Yeah. Han didn't want to rescue her anyway. You know, he's
in it for the
begrudgingly
money.
doing it for the money. He's better get my money. Little scream as he goes down. There's a lot of foam in here.
Now you got a theory about the worm, haven't you, John?
The worm?
The
Oh
worm.
yeah, no. So the worm in the garbage crusher. I mean, how the fuck did it get there? That's what I want to know. It's like it's obviously got in there as a kind of parasite, and it's grown and grown and grown. It probably eats rubbish or something.
What do you mean, a parasite?
I reckon like somebody stuck an old motor in there once, right? It had a load of fucking disgusting worm things in it, and then they grew. They grew big and
Who's
made.
sticking a motor?
The actual thing looks more like a squid. It's got like it does. If you look at the picture of it, it's called.
I reckon a stormtrooper had
Diagonora or
worms.
something like that.
Went to the
Diagonora.
loo, took a shit,
Did
and
you? Had worms.
It's grown into.
I don't think there's human shit in that garbage
Might
room.
as well be, mate.
No, I think it's. Carrie Fisher looks very concerned.
Yeah.
I'd be freaked out.
Well, I think this little worm.
And the
dude
special
just
effects
eats
here are really
rubbish.
good. They did replace the shot of its eye.
Is that CGI there? On the
I think
eye?
they've CGI'd it up. In the original shot, it was a model.
Do you know
don't
what?
think
Have
it
you seen the
blinked
head
much.
of the thing? Have you seen the head?
Yeah, I've seen a picture of
The
the
full
actual
thing.
full thing, a drawing.
It looks demented, doesn't
I
it?
know.
It's
got a big
massive.
old fucking mouth. It's horrible. It's basically like a squid with a great big long eye stalk at the front. Ooh, it's pretty big.
Luke, grab hold of this. I haven't really heard her say that before.
I've never heard that before. Grab hold of this piece of foam.
Yeah, don't worry. It'll just rip off in a couple of minutes.
Yeah. It's like downstairs at work in the old basement. It's full of
This
old
is-
rubbish. Stacking up.
Does blaster fire work in water? Because he shoots into the water. Or do you think it just fizzles out?
Oh, of course, I think it goes through. Yeah, I think it goes through fine. Oh, is he dead? He's not.
Oh, no music.
Yeah,
There's no music.
absolutely none, is there? This film has got moments of just no sound, no score at all.
I've never
And
noticed that
eerily quiet as well, especially at Yavin 4, which we'll see later. But you wouldn't do that in a new films. It's just the way that the filmmaking is now. You'd fill every
Do you
moment.
think you just
could with
run out of
score,
money,
right?
George Lucas? He just ran out of money, and Williams was like, "Well, it's going to cost you an extra $1 million." He went, "Ah,
Could
sorry.
be. Could be they didn't have enough score for the film.
I spent it all on
Or
phone."
maybe he
for
just
the-
wanted silence. I don't know.
to bring you into that scene to make you feel like you were.
Big bendy pole coming
Mm.
up. It doesn't really do anything. And what the hell is that doing there anyway? Where's all this rubbish come from? What kind of rubbish is that?
It's very un-imperial.
It's very kind of
Everything,
Yeah.
everything else in the Death Star is really clean and white and
Yeah.
It
It looks like the contents of someone's skip. I mean, like, where did it come from? Oh, there's the scene where the guy hits his head. He's like touching his mask.
Didn't they superimpose a noise on top of that as well?
They did. They've added a noise now to make it as if it seemed like it was on purpose. But
So 3PO, he actually tells them where they've gone. They're
yeah,
heading for the prison cell. What's
Yeah.
that about?
I don't know.
Snitch.
Well, it's, I don't know, distract them. make him sound like he's on their side.
Maybe.
Oh my!
Oh my goodness.
I love all the black and red in the background there.
Yeah.
Panels are so kind of the colour scheme for the Death Star is great.
Yeah.
It's very consistent, apart from that bit where everything's black and red.
Chewie there.
Yeah, apparently stank, didn't he?
Yeah, so he was
After this,
submerged in the water, and for the rest of the film,
stinky.
he
kind
just
of
smelt
costume.
of. Well, it was
I
just.
bet it didn't smell good anyway. I mean, it's not a nice costume to wear.
I mean, he would have been sweating one out all
Yeah.
the time in that.
Yeah.
But also it was just water,
It was real hair as well, wasn't
and
it?
it's real hair, and
yak
you
hair or
mix that.
something.
You mix that with any type of water,
Yeah.
it's gonna pong.
Yeah. Smell like wet dog.
Yeah.
There we go. R2's engaged with the computer.
Come on, R2. Come on. I've watched this so many times, but there's this real sense of worry
Turned it
still.
off.
So, in terms of rating this film, where does it rate for you? Where is it in
What
your
in the complete
in the complete
order?
8 order?
Probably fourth.
Fourth. Okay, so what's number 1?
Empire.
Empire, then Jedi.
No, Rogue One.
Oh, controversial.
Then Jedi,
Then Jedi, right?
and then Star Wars.
Then Star Wars. Okay.
I'm sorry.
And then Force Awakens, and
Then Force Awakens, yeah. Then
Revenge.
Episode 1.
Oh, you
Then
like
Revenge
that?
of the Sith.
You don't like Revenge of the Sith that much, then?
No.
And then Attack of the
And
Clones.
then Attack of the Clones. Yeah. And if you include the Ewoks films, they're both before the prequels. I prefer Phantom Menace because it's got lots of practical effects in it. It does. The Tatooine scenes are actually pretty all good. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It does look very close to the original Star Wars. But there's a lot of boring shit in there. There's
I mean, there's
a lot
a
of
fu- there's a
racial
fu-
stereotypes.
there
a
is,
lot of
yeah.
incredibly annoying CGI characters. It's just, very over choreographed fights that look more like a fucking dance number than an actual. There's no. It does not look like the people are trying to kill each other. It looks like they are posing for some sort of martial arts competition.
Yeah.
It's the original Star Wars film, not this one so much, but certainly the next one. The lightsaber fights are intense. And
Well,
they're aggressive.
We'll
you
get
know.
to that when we
Lots of
review.
anger in Vader's movement. I love how scared he gets here. He shakes his head.
Why did he? What was he shooting? What was he shooting?
He's scared of the noise of the monster coming from. See, Chewie's huge. He's this coward.
Yeah, but
He's
I like
so
that.
sweet.
There's a nice
I know.
personality.
He's enormous, right?
So he just saw.
But he's scared of the little things like that. They need to bring that back into
What was
Star
he-
Wars,
what-
mate. They need to make sure they do that in The Last Jedi.
What's that? Chewie being a bit
Chewie
scared.
being scared of things. Yeah.
Maybe he's
definitely.
grown with age.
Yeah. It should be like a horse that you won't go near because he's spooked by. You know how
Yeah.
some dogs don't like horses or whatever,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
other
yeah.
dogs, yeah. Ooh.
But I like how they've gone back and written Arabesh on stuff, and
Yeah, okay, that's a good change.
just syncs it up.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Little touches, less is more, but obviously you can't justify re-releasing the movies all over again if you hadn't added loads of stuff.
Yeah.
So I think George Lucas took the fucking piss, to be honest.
What would you do if Disney said no?
It's bad
we're
enough
gonna
he did it in
remake?
1997, but now he's gone back and done more, and then he's gone back and done more every release. There's always more changes, and some of the worst ones are in the third one, Return of the Jedi, because they've got rid of the fucking original songs, they've got rid of the original band, they've added a fucking Hayden Christian ghost who's looking completely the wrong direction. Luke wouldn't even recognise him.
Right.
I mean,
We're going to do a
we're gonna talk about
podcast. We're
this
going to
when
do
we
a
get there.
podcast of you just moaning about the extras.
Yeah.
Me with a beer, laughing, and you just moaning about the extras.
Yeah. Me with a
But
gun.
this is a good extra
About to
with the
kill
amount of stormtroopers they've added.
It's a bit over the top, but it's all right. You see a Scout Walker for the first time.
I love
which
it.
is a
He
bit-
runs into a full room.
It's like you're watching these in the right order. Oh, there used to be a Scout Walker there, didn't there? I seem to
Was it
remember.
TIE-
I think
they
in one of the
replaced it with
versions of
TIE
this
fighter?
film, there was a scout walker in the background, and it turns around and his head rotates towards Han. It's like so as if the guy in the scout
Now,
walker was like,
what
"What's that?"
I like here is they've taken off the uniform, but they've kept the belts. Good thinking ahead.
Yeah, that's good. The belts are useful, right? They're full of all these gizmos and gadgets.
Yeah,
He just shot himself in the foot there.
literally.
I think he just blasted them. I like that because in most science fiction films, you shoot a door panel and it just opens.
Yeah.
But in this one, you shoot the door and you fuck the door. You've also fucked the bridge.
Yeah.
So, I
I
used
always-
to love the shaft thing here.
Well, you pointed it out to me, I think, last time we watched this together. I said, how on earth is he holding one-handed onto this tiny little grapple rope thing?
It's not. It's attached to his belt.
But yeah, you said it's
He's
attached
drawing
to
a
his belt.
line out of his belt, right? It kind of
That's
all
a strong
winds
belt.
up there.
It's
Yeah.
a strong belt.
Diddle-da, diddle-da. Now, I can't remember if this was done by Luke, by Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher, or whether it was stunt people. I think it was really them.
Well, let's have a look at the
But let's
shot
try and see. Gets it in one.
using the Force.
Oh, it's hard to tell, isn't it? Probably wasn't Mark Hamill then. I
No,
don't know. His face was covered by his arm.
they both were.
Yeah. Maybe if you knew the answer to that, you could write in. Send a stamped addressed envelope with your name and your age, and that's all. Okay. They're up to no good. How many have they not been noticed yet? So the robots over there twiddling stuff.
That's a funny shot of the stormtroopers.
Yeah. I love how
Great
Harrison
shot
Ford
here.
just dives through here. I think he falls over the other side.
Yeah, you
Amazing.
can see him kind of
So
twist
cool.
and turn.
I wonder how many shots they take.
There we go, Vader versus Obi-Wan.
Standing there already.
Lightsaber.
So this is
Yeah.
the first time that he's seen Obi-Wan since
Revenge of the Sith. Since he left him for dead.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck happened to you? He'd assume he's dead, though, wouldn't he? Wouldn't he think Darth Vader's dead? We left him for dead.
Well, he knows he's Anakin.
No, but I mean, Revenge of the Sith. Does Obi-Wan leave him for dead? He leaves him for dead.
Of course he does. But I don't think he kills him because I don't think he can bring himself to kill him.
No.
I think he's
So
like,
I'm
right,
saying
you
that
brought
is
this
he
on.
not surprised that Darth Vader's still alive?
Well, no, I'm sure. Well,
Must be some reason he knew. So your biggest complaint about this film is no doubt the lightsaber fight is too slow.
It's crap.
and,
It's crap.
it's not complicated enough. and-
well, it's not even the complication of it's.
Well, remember we are watching. We're watching Alec Guinness and Dave Prowse here. We're not watching the chap who took over from for the sword fight.
There's
for
a
the second
real,
film.
there's a
His
real
name temporarily
intensity
eludes me.
in Alec Guinness's
Bob
eyes.
Anderson.
There's a real emotional tug of war going on. You can see it. You can see it.
It's not bad.
But there's a look that bit there where it's just
Yeah.
like batting. He looks scared. Obi-Wan feels scared,
Yeah.
and he's batting the lightsaber
This is the
away.
trouble
a
when
little bit.
you write the prequels and you make the lightsaber fight so extravagant and incredibly
Well, it's not even the
complicated.
prequels now. It's
And now
it's,
you've done this.
It's Rogue One. I mean, Vader in Rogue One is
Oh
awesome.
yeah, cool.
He
Listen,
just-
I'm talking about Rogue One there as well. I mean,
Fine, you can class
you
it as a
put
prequel.
a film in there between.
I mean, he does look quite good there, Vader, but it's just it's clumsy. And the
The
stormtroopers
lightsaber
go
fight
over
is
to
so
have a
brief
look.
as well, but it's so legendary. Must have really excited people. This film's got everything:
Mm.
fucking sword fights, spaceships, princesses. It's a fairy tale in space, and that was basically that was half the plot. The other plot was it was kind of a remake of a film called The Hidden Fortress, which they actually say the words Hidden Fortress in this film.
Do they?
Yeah. It says something like, your clairvoyance hasn't helped you conjure up the stolen data tapes. Give you clairvoyance enough to find the rebels' hidden fortress. As he says, fortress, he gets strangled.
Yeah.
So
Vader's just taken out Kenobi there.
yeah.
And he must have thought to himself, what the hell's going on? It's just disappeared. He's not seen this sorcery before.
Well, the thing about Vader is you can't see his reaction, can you? Because his mask, you can't really tell what he's thinking.
You can see that. You can see he's confused. He's stamping on the cloak. He's going, "Well, what's going on here?" He's never seen it before. We know he's never seen it before.
Yeah.
He must have gone back and reported that to the Emperor.
So you won't believe what the fuck just happened.
Well, he must have He must have scared the hell out of Palpatine.
Yeah.
Maybe they discovered what Plagueis had the secret to all those years ago.
Plagueis, not interested.
Oh God!
Not interested.
But there's people on this podcast that
They're
are.
screaming at me.
I'm in the prequels.
They
corner.
are.
I
I totally accept people think it's like there's something to do with this Snoke guy.
Well, this is our dynamic. This is the dynamic. I'm prequel, you're not, and we'll have that argument.
Yeah, we will. I think we should have a fight, mate.
A lightsaber
naked from the waist down.
What?
At crack of dawn. It's just like an
Why the waist down? Why not the other way
It's funny.
around?
It's funny.
No, it's not.
Down.
What do you mean?
It's funny if we've both got tops on, but we've got no pants.
Yeah,
on.
but you get arrested for that.
I know. We'll have a fist fight in
If
my
it's the other way
garden.
round, at least you get away with it. But look, you see here, you see Luke. He's distraught.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan dying. Now he's more distraught at Obi-Wan dying here than he was at his aunts and uncles. Here's another thing that gets on my tits.
Yeah.
Leia's pretty alright, and she's just watched her whole planet get blown up.
Yeah.
What's that about?
I know. This is the thing. It's George Lucas' poor character direction. He's not a character director. He can't talk to actors. All he can say, his advice is faster and more intense. That's all he can do. He's a great pioneer at special effects. He's a great visionary. He imagined all this stuff. Well done. Fair play, mate. But fucking hell. I know it's his first movie. He had to direct it. No one else would believe in it. Okay, great. But that's why he gave the job of directing to the... he was too exhausted. Gave the job of directing to Ivan Kershner for the next movie. And what do you get? Much more emotional, romantic film. The characters are so...
It's like an oil painting.
Yeah, mate. It's
like
fucking
an oil
masterpiece. Empire. But the characters are just that whole level more engaging, and you really compelling and stuff. Okay, so everything says fire going off in here. R2's... If someone showed me that shot, I would think that's from Empire. I always think it's from Empire.
When they're escaping Cloud City.
Yes, and C-3PO's in bits everywhere.
Yeah.
And there's all kinds of stuff going on. Similar kind of scene, isn't it? This is really exciting, this bit.
The guns are great.
This must have been so much fun, Citizen Cinema, first time round.
It blew audiences' minds.
I bet.
They'd never have...
So much fun.
So if Star Wars wasn't around, John, where would you be with your life?
Christ knows. I'm probably a Star Trek fan, I reckon.
You reckon?
I like Star Trek. I will watch Next Generation. I'll watch the original series. It's on. I'm not I don't have them on DVD or anything like that. I've got the movies. I've got the 6 original crew films.
I'll level with you.
I think it's
They
awful,
bore
don't you?
the tits off of me.
Yeah. Well, it's a different thing, mate.
Beautiful explosion there.
That is wonderful. Yeah. I think that's the old effect as well, not the new.
Beautiful.
Not been changed.
We did it!
We did it! How's he got all tied up in wires?
What's he been playing at? He's tried to help out. He's just in a panic. He's just opening panels and just getting wires out.
Yeah. Now that is a good use of comedy in the film. Like C-3PO is a bit of comic relief, right?
Yeah.
That's all right. But people bending over and farting and stuff like that.
Where's that happen?
In the fucking prequels all the time. Like, I've trod in some shit. Oh, a creature just farted in my face. It's just utter childish shit. That film was like, what George Lucas is watching. He's like watching the final cut and he's thinking, oh my god, we're going to sell so many lunchboxes from this. And a Jar Jar Binks whoopee cushion maybe, or some Jawa shit.
Isn't it? That's right. Jar Jar Binks treads
in some shit, and then
is it the EOP farts in his face or something?
Something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
a creature farts in his face. It's like that is basically a metaphor for what George Lucas is doing to the fucking viewers. George Lucas, he's just fucking bend. He may as well bend over, pull down his pants with his fucking huge frog-like fucking neck, bend bending over, he splays his anus open. Okay, there's fucking winnets everywhere. There's fucking beads in there. Okay, and he just farts in your face, Jude. And you just open your mouth and you've got little nuggets going in there and everything.
can't say it.
You've got like
You can't say
a
that.
brown smear on your glasses that have steamed up. And afterwards, you just went, "Thank you, George, for that. Here's my money. Thank you for that, George.
can't say that.
Do it two more times."
You can't say that.
I can say that.
Oh,
I can say that. That is what George Lucas did to Star Wars. to his own child. It's like having a
oh
baby.
no, he didn't do
Having
that.
a baby and then like
No.
just defecating
No.
all over it.
No,
It is. If you find that, if you think I'm wrong
Stop
about that,
talking.
then you're wrong.
Ah, John, mate, you're gonna have to edit that.
We're not going to edit this. What's George Lucas going to sue me for my opinion?
Oh, it's just anal warts or whatever you said.
I said he's got winnets.
If you've listened to this far, it's probably
He's got tag nuts and stuff. It's just a massive. It's like Chewbacca going through a swamp. I mean,
Oh man, you can't say that, John.
his big hairy ass.
Right, back to the film.
Oh.
This is
So,
probably the worst
The Death
commentary.
Star. Oh. Well, you weren't expecting that at this stage. I just got a bit carried away. Let's talk about the movie.
Okay, so there's the Death Star plans.
Yeah.
being
And
brought
then
up
on the plans, the actual big dish
Yeah.
thing is in the wrong place, which is a bit stupid, but never mind.
So that bit around the Death Star, that's not the trench, is it?
No, the big wide belt bit.
Yeah, what is that then? That's the that's
Well,
where
that
the
is
ship
the bit where the ship comes in.
flies
You can
in.
see how
Right, yeah.
huge it is.
That's a pointless shot there. The
It
forest.
looks like the Amazon. Stock footage.
What's
from
the
a
point?
nature
What is the
documentary.
point of that?
I don't know. Lots of weird haircuts going on here. There's lots of extras here. They've you can see these guys regularly at conventions who go along to get the stuff signed, and it's quite cool speaking to those guys. They're all
Yeah.
very, very proud they were involved in Star Wars.
I bet.
You know.
So they're livelihoods now, isn't it?
Yeah.
How much money do you reckon they make from signing an autograph?
Well, most people charge about between £10 and £15 for their autograph,
Bloody
for a
hell.
signature, so on a print, like a little.
I need a holiday.
Picture.
I'm going to get myself down Comic Con.
So you go to one of these Comic Con things like in the summer anyway. You pretty much go into one every weekend.
Yeah.
Some people like the guy that plays Biggs. What's his name? You know his name?
Oh, I know. He's on that L Street 70.
L Street 76 film. Yeah, him. I don't know who else is very popular down there.
Wedge,
the guy
Wedge.
that plays Admiral Piet. Christ, why can't I remember these guys' names right now?
Yeah.
Ken Colley. He's very popular,
Yeah.
and these guys are the most common ones you can meet. So they're always down there, make a living off it. They just make a living off it. Retired, and just get to talk to fans about Star Wars, answer the same questions every day.
The rebels seem to believe in the Force, don't they? What do you think?
That's interesting. Yeah, may the force be with you. It's obviously like a term of God bless you type thing.
Yeah.
You don't have to be religious
to say it.
to say it.
Yeah.
It's just it's kind of nicety. But they don't say it on the dark side, do they? I mean, in the Empire, they don't say "May the Force be with you," because it should still be this case.
Well,
May the
I
dark
think
side
they
of the
believe
Force be with
in
you.
themselves and their technological terrors.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
More than anything else.
This is interesting here. C-3PO seems to be doing absolutely nothing. He's chatting to Chewbacca.
I've never noticed that before. I wonder what he's saying.
Chewbacca's not saying anything, neither is C-3PO, but they're clearly having a conversation.
Yeah, it's in background though, right?
Yeah. But yeah, the scenes of... we were talking actually over it, but the previous scenes of Yavin 4 were really quiet, no music.
Yeah.
Loads of... You can hear the fucking... the little hover car
Little
they're on.
machines and stuff.
Yeah, it's silent. Now there's a lot of stuff going on in the background, lots of activity. Base is very dark, isn't it? The
It
new
is
one,
weird.
it's very kind of... There's lots of natural light coming in.
Yeah.
That's just not there for the hold on. The ships are so huge.
I love that made the Force bit.
Look at
Doesn't
it's so
care,
big,
no
you need ladders.
conviction.
Yeah. Says it with a smirk as if
Hmm.
he's trying to be sincere, but he's also kind of smirking as if to say
What happened?
don't
What do you
believe it.
think Han does with the money? So he's got the money. Do you think he keeps it throughout the rest of the trilogy?
Well,
or
if
does
you
he give it back?
No, if you read the original Star Wars comics that were written in released straight after Star Wars,
Are they canon?
as soon as he leaves, I don't know if they're canon really, but as soon as he leaves, as soon as they finish the Death Star, he goes off to pay back Jabba the Hutt, and he gets attacked by this weird pirate man
Yeah.
who's a rival of his,
Yeah.
like a scavenger, and he steals all the money.
Okay.
So he loses all the money. I can't remember what happens to the money after that. There's Biggs. So yeah, Biggs should have been in the film earlier. He did do scenes on Tatooine with Luke.
This guy rocks up.
Yeah. Where are you going, Red 5?
I like
He's
this.
in Rogue One.
This is the.
Oh,
this is the
he's being
test.
taken away.
You'll do all right. In Rogue One, they're like really quite. Where you going? You can't do this, and they're a lot more friendly, aren't they?
A lot more military. Really running around, like really kind of getting
Yeah.
ready for battle. Not in your life. You want a new one? Yeah, I'll just replace R2D2.
Yes.
Oh, that's Shane Rimmer, the guy lowering R2 in.
Shaved rimmer.
Shane Rimmer. He's the
right.
voice of Scott Tracy from Thunderbirds, and he's also in so many Bond films. Like Christ, he's in about 18 of them or something like that.
What? Just as an extra?
As an extra, always playing different people. His biggest role is in The Spy Who Loved Me, which you can see this Sunday actually
Yeah.
on ITV.
Oh,
Oh, by the way, R.I.P. Roger Moore,
Oh yeah.
who sadly passed away yesterday.
Mm.
A hell of a shock. The first Bond to die as well.
Was it yesterday? It's like earlier on in the week, wasn't it? This is the first Bond to die.
Yeah.
Wasn't there one that
No.
had one? He just did
All the
one
Bonds
thing?
are alive until now.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, not a massive Bond fan. I've always thought Wedge looks weird without his helmet. I'll be
Yeah,
honest.
no, because you see him in that meeting scene. This is cool.
Always.
You see him in the meeting scene, and yeah, it's kind of who the hell's that? He's really thin in the face.
And he's doubtful in that meeting.
Yeah,
Here we go.
skeptical. They recreated this beautifully in Rogue One.
They did.
This table.
Again, I'm just looking at this scene, thinking of Rogue One and the events.
They're dressed very differently.
What do you
though.
think? What do you think of this new?
You know what
I say
think.
new. It's 20 years old. It's 20
It
years
looks
old.
like a video game. Like a modern video game, though. More like Battlefront, less like
Yeah.
a film.
So, what's the date today, John? 25th.
40 years ago today.
40 years to go today, May the 25th. This
Yeah.
came out.
Really special.
Yeah.
It's the Star's birthday. We're going to celebrate a little launch party later.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what the poppers were for. The poppers? Party poppers.
Yeah, we're not-
Obviously,
we're not-
we're not doing poppers.
Not doing
We want-
poppers at all.
We watch Star Wars.
Yeah. We like
Look at
to
the size
celebrate.
of that thing. I like the way their voices distort over the radio as well. It's like,
Gold leader. He's great in Rogue One again.
yeah.
You love the music, don't you?
Oh man.
I think I was in the loo once, and I think I was humming it at
This is at work?
This is at work, and
Yeah.
I was humming it, and you
Was it a
waited
separate
around,
cubicle?
yeah, and you
when I
waited
was
around.
humming around, wasn't
No,
I?
you hanging around to wait to see who it was, and then
think I
okay,
knew it
came
was
out.
you.
You went, I knew that was you. I was just taking a piss doing the Imperial March music. Do you ever walk down the street listening to Star Wars music?
Not really. No, I don't. I listen to the soundtracks at home. Like got a Sonos around here, so I listen to those on there. I don't really listen to it out and about.
No, it's quite cool. I don't know why.
What's your
I don't-
favourite soundtrack
I don't
of the
do
three?
that very often. Favourite soundtrack?
Yeah, we could do a special on that actually. Let's do that. Let's do that instead. We'll do a special where we have the bits of music.
Yeah,
So
well,
save
I
it,
could
save it for
answer
another
it. I
day.
could
We'll talk about
answer it.
Star Wars for now. So there's lots of exciting stuff going on now. We've got
Hawkins is about to
Yeah.
die.
pork chops. Oh, oh God, that's a nasty way to go.
It's a lot of flame.
So yeah, they're causing some damage because you can see obviously stormtroopers are flying all over the place inside. Have you seen how they filmed that? The swoop over the Death Star. They built the great big Death Star surface on a huge table outside Pinewood. I know it was in LA, I think, post-production. And then they drove a car alongside with a camera above. And they basically just filmed it from the side of a truck.
It's incredible,
so
isn't it?
it was filmed in daylight. And there was all these explosions going off on it. Yeah, pretty cool. God, it looks so good. The new special effects shots, they've snuck a couple in like this. They've snuck a couple in, but you don't really notice them. It does tie together quite seamlessly.
I think you need it. I'll be honest, you need it.
The old one was fine, really, but I mean, if they want to make the ships do more motion they couldn't do originally. Because the way it works, by the way, the special effects shots, it's quite revolutionary. In the old days, in sci-fi films, the camera was still, and the model would be on a stick, and the model would be moved towards the camera, and then moved away, and it makes it wobble. So it always looked wrong. So what George Lucas pioneered was the model stays perfectly still on a stick, and it's the camera that goes a particular way towards the model or around the model and stuff like that. And you can program the route the camera takes into a computer, so you can recreate the route again, but with a different model in shot. So therefore, you can compose the two images together, and you create a really realistic.
It's
shot.
incredible, really.
Amazing
I mean,
special
it's
effects.
just-
I mean, he had to invent that. He had to invent a system that worked like that. So yeah, I know I was messing around earlier about George, but
You love him, really, don't you?
well, you've got to appreciate what he did originally. I mean, nobody else had the patience to do it. Or the faith in it. He put so much of his own money into this film to make this happen.
I mean,
Must have
there's
felt
no
like a
doubt
massive
it.
relief after it came out.
I know you were mucking around earlier, but
Yeah.
but what,
I do have a lot of
little
respect for him,
relief
but I've
after he
also
came-
lost a lot of respect for him because of what he's subsequently done. I can't be the only person that feels like that.
Yeah, obviously, but I mean, here's a little factoid again. When he didn't believe in Star Wars when it came out, so much that he didn't bother going to the premiere.
Is that true?
It is true.
I wouldn't miss a premiere of my movie. Though.
But he didn't bother going to the premiere. He went on holiday with Steven Spielberg, came up with Indiana Jones. It's true. Well, that's where I read it. I read it on that movie website. I can't remember what it's called.
Okay.
I'll send you the link.
To be citation needed.
Yeah.
This is good.
3 marks.
Vader's
at
now on
210.
the chase. So his little advanced TIE Fighter X1 he's flying there has hyperspeed, hyperdrive.
You can really see his eye through the red glass in his helmet.
In
these
this
scenes.
movie, and only this movie, maybe in Rogue One as well, his helmet has red lenses, and they're also like bulbous as well. They kind of stick out. In Revenge of the Sith, when they had the Vader scene, they changed his helmet so much that it looks so strange. The actual top bit's completely different. The face is symmetrical. The lenses are flat. It just everything about it looks weird. It just doesn't feel like the same character. God, if only he got off at that point, he could have been in the sequel. What's on about this one, especially after the back of Rogue One, is in Rogue One the Death Star is surrounded constantly by a fleet of Star Destroyers and things like that. It's a really important. It's like the Star Destroyer.
Do you think it's that for protection? I always thought it was there just to oversee the construction. Once it's constructed,
kind
it
of
can
like the fleet should map around
hyperspace itself. Like because at the end of Rogue One, it's doing its own thing.
I guess so.
It comes out into Scarif and decides to shoot.
Yeah. Those cannons look so good. This looks wicked.
I remember seeing this in the cinema in '97 special editions, and there's something special about seeing it.
Were
big
people
screen.
cheering and applauding and stuff?
I think so.
Because
it
I
was
saw a
packed
Bond
out.
film in 1967 or Tomorrow Never Dies or whatever, and the audience stood up and clapped and stuff at different points in the film, and it was like, oh, is this what cinemas a really special cinema is like? And then wasn't like that at Star Wars.
I don't really.
I went to see it,
I remember.
Apart from the Rogue
happening-
One when everybody just cheered.
Well, that was nuts, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like it with The Force Awakens. Everyone went nuts for that. I remember in the prequels, everyone would dress up as Jedi and take their lightsabers. And I mean, I think you said in the other
I did
podcast, you just went in a dressing gown with nothing else on.
That's right.
And just sat there playing with your lightsaber.
Whipped it out in the cinema, yeah. I had a Qui-Gon Jinn lightsaber.
So did I.
I was annoyed that the green bit never fully went in the handle. Always there was like a couple of
Oh, really?
about 6 inches of it still coming out because that's where it was all contained. It's annoying. Made good sounds. Like you swung it around with one.
I've got Luke's lightsaber. Well, I call it,
you've actually got the replica.
I call
haven't
it Anakin's.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Well, it belonged to Anakin. Okay, we will accept that.
That's just
There it
John
goes.
replicating the guy crashing. He's not having a mental breakdown on the podcast. But yeah,
9 seconds to go, man.
replica lightsaber's pretty sweet.
It is beautiful.
It's the only thing I've been allowed to keep. Everything else of my Star Wars is in my parents' loft.
Well, you're welcome to give it all to me.
Nah.
Go with my collection. Vegas Canyon back home.
That's the
This is a
same
great
shot, but it's the same
been
shot.
used already in the film. Yeah, the dive into the Death Star, the way it wobbles and levels itself out. It's so cool. Enormous model work on this, miniature work. Again, that's a repeated shot. Oh well, there's a lot of repetition in this sequence, I suppose. Doesn't feel like it unless you're really analysing. Oh, it's difficult to not talk over this really because
Well, it's intense.
it's
isn't
intense.
It?
Yeah,
You
I'm
know,
paying attention.
We've seen it so many times. But
I
it's
love
still
how the R2 units can fit into the ships. I think that's such a cool idea, and also that's one of my favourite things about the toys and stuff. But you know the disappointing thing is with
Go
the
on.
X-wing toy
Go on.
comes with an R2 unit already stuck in. You couldn't actually remove him, but with a Y-wing you could put R2D2 in. That was pretty cool.
I always thought Y-wings looked a little naff. I'll be honest.
I like the way because you put two people in them as well, like the snow speeder.
Is it a two-man fighter?
Yeah,
Didn't know that.
two-seater. Got a gunner at the back. But in this film, they don't seem to have the.
I didn't
There's only
realise
one.
TIE fighters were two.
Well, they're not. They are in the new movie, so aren't they? They must be much bigger in the new movies than they were.
Goodbye, Tarkin.
Yeah, almost.
It's a real moment of triumph, really, because of again
odds are
Rogue One.
against
I
him.
feel like Rogue One and this film are the same film. I'll be honest. It feels the same.
Yeah, but they've got different themes.
It's the same. It's the same spine. Like, you know, Tarkin's in both. You've got the Death Star. You've got the plans. Getting the plans have led up to this point, and it all comes down to this pinnacle moment. And now Luke's gonna put all that in jeopardy by
That's
putting
true.
his nav computer away
Yeah, and trusting the
and
Force.
using the Force, and
I
that
don't
propels
think
it into the whole new trilogy.
Yeah, that's true. Because in this point, it's really about Luke's quest to become a Jedi, isn't it?
Yeah,
The next film.
Force is strong with this one.
I've lost track of who's alive and who isn't now. Everyone's still there, aren't they? Oh, she's not even concerned. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter. She's like,
No, I think Wedge is
robot's
gone.
Wedge hasn't gone yet. There's another shot of Tarkin's legs. The only other shot in the film.
Well, he just point blank said to George, "Nah, I'm wearing slippers, mate."
Just didn't want to walk around in those boots, I think. Can't if they have to paint them in or anything. Oh, here we go.
What? Lens flare, is that new or is that?
I don't know.
It
Who
looks
dares?
a bit shite, doesn't it?
That's a new shot.
Good shot.
We're
I
going to
like-
do a special about the sound of Star Wars, I think.
Yeah.
Because we love the.
Geek out on that.
Yeah.
Much better explosion. The sort of ring
The
explosion.
big old ring. It's not really compared to the explosion in, say, Alien, when the ship blows up at the end, but it just destroys the universe.
I love how uninterested Chewbacca looks in that scene.
Yeah.
Great shot, kid. That was 1 in a million. And then there's Chewbacca just doing nothing. Now, has that ship got
Vader.
hyperspace?
Yeah, it's got hyperdrive. So it's all right.
Hyperdrive, yeah. Carrie.
Yeah, so
This is
listen out
Carrie's
closely
name.
here. We won't talk over it, but he says Carrie instead of Leia. Here comes Han.
Good actors, aren't they?
They are. There's a real compadre thing going on.
R2 is
Baked.
big time.
He's got his sweetie office to give his parts.
What could he
Prepare
have
him.
possibly given? Why do you-
Golden arm.
Yeah. He just comes out walking on legs.
Yeah.
R2D2 with C-3PO's legs.
Have
you seen that shot? I think it's on
Luke's
YouTube.
outfit on this one.
Yeah, well, he should have been wearing this the whole way through the film. Brown, black and yellow combo. But have you seen that clip on YouTube where they take the sound away? The music?
Yeah, just the
And it's
footsteps.
just, well, it's just
hilarious.
Chewbacca just roaring
Yeah.
randomly. There's no need for it.
There's one of the guys here. Everyone's got their visors down apart from one man. One pilot or something.
No, everyone's got their visors up apart from one pilot.
No, down. And it fell down on his face.
That's right.
It hit him in the nose. Gave him a nosebleed or something. Very serious. She looks gorgeous there.
Yeah, she does. She just gives him a dirty look. Oh, she's doing remarkably well considering
Chewbacca
that
should have got a medal as well, though, really.
the adopted parents have died and the whole planet's just smithereens.
Yeah.
I'm sure the rebellion's got some good therapists.
Mm. It's quite a fitting end, isn't it? This awards ceremony. It's like these are the heroes.
What about Chewie?
Aww.
Where's his medal? That's always annoyed me. Chewbacca's a hero too.
He is a hero. He should at least have a rank. Some kind of Commander
Yeah.
Chewbacca.
There we go.
Clap.
Whee!
Music.
Classic end to the that bit at the end with Chewie just roaring.
Oh, well.
So there we go.
Thank you very much for joining us for this special episode of the New Hope commentary. I'd like to hear your thoughts. I hope you didn't find any of our comments too distasteful or disrespectful.
I'm going to just say, I hope you didn't find any of John's comments too disrespectful, too distasteful. I'm on your side. I had nothing to do with it. But yeah, any complaints, just please send to John.
Well, we'll be doing another commentary soon. We'll be doing Empire Strikes Back. We're doing Jedi. Then we're doing the prequel.
We're doing all of them.
But we're Force Awakens.
We're going to
and Rogue One.
We're going to put some more banter.
Yeah, we're not. It's not going to be commentary after commentary. This is just a one-off. You know. Obviously, we'll do all the movies.
Yeah.
We'll get them to you. But thanks for listening. If you've listened this far, in the comments, why don't you just write? I don't know, really. Your mum or something. Just send us a message saying your mum,
Mate,
and then we'll. I
mums
don't know.
way too much in this thing.
Mums are really important to the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, well they are. But if you've got this far, write your mum in the comments, and
Yeah.
just to let us know that if you listen this far. But John,
Yes. What?
we need to set that up. We need to set up YouTube. We need to set up the Facebook.
Yeah,
I'll
we
get
will.
onto that today.
We're going to get onto that. We'll give you more stuff. For now, our Instagram is probably the best thing to get hold of us on, which is at Blah Wars.
Yeah.
You can just comment on stuff.
Well,
can't you?
I mean, if you've got any ideas, just comment on the photos in our Instagram, and we'll try our best to. Got any questions?
Yeah,
as
questions, or you want to fact check things, or correct us.
Or tell us that we're talking complete bullshit.
I've already got that. I got someone telling us we talk absolute shit, but they thought it was really good. So.
That's good. That's good. Who was that? Out of
About my
interest?
brother.
All right, brilliant. Anyway,
All right, so that's it. We're signing off. May the force be with you. Until next time, been John Gantini,
I've been GK.
and we've enjoyed watching New Hope with you. Take care.